music, feeling spastically infatuated with the in-between. The ups and downs, the curves and the rounds. I'll bring it to your city or your hometown. I'll go back in time when the feeling was fine. When funkin' was legal and it wasn't a crime. Party people lined up and down the way. A bigger celebration than your birthday. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. And I have seen the world pristine, funk you up in the bushes, funk you down in the trees. Now look around, all the frowns, the yellow, the white, the red and the brown. And keep in mind, it never costs a dime, 'cause funkin' is free, I remember the time. Now look today, the streets are gray, time to take it back to yesterday. Funkin' in the neighborhood, I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood, funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt the fool 'cause the funkin' was good. It was good in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool 'cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we are back.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. I'm Wes. This guy is David. And Richie Slack says, gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Back at you. David, how you been?
I need to grab my top hat and get down here. I don't know. I want to grab my top hat and be like, gentlemen.
One of your many monocles.
Oh, good evening, Richie. I mean, you have a top hat, don't you?
I don't have a top hat. I got kind of a fedora kind of thing.
Oh, okay. You went fedora.
I didn't get the top hat. I wasn't as fancy as you, so.
No, man, you got to go back. You got to do it again and then do it with a top hat.
Do it with the top hat, yeah.
You look silly every single time. There's people be gone. Anyway, how's it been over there?
It has been.
Yeah.
It's been just edge of your seat excitement. Just a wild, nonstop roller coaster of emotion over here. So
you paid for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just
Oh, it's
business
good
stuff,
stuff.
the joys of starting a small business, and there's a lot of hurry up and wait. I'll put it that way. A
Yeah.
lot of hurry up and wait.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem with the French. They have no word for entrepreneur.
Exactly.
If
That's
you
one
get
of the
that
best quotes
reference
ever.
and that joke, it is in fact a joke. That means you have a good sense of humor.
And you're probably old.
So Wes,
How about you, David? How you
yeah,
doing?
well, yes, yeah. Well, I'm old. That is, yeah, absolutely true. Old. Just I'm home this week, so that's nice.
That's a
Right
change up for you.
now,
Yeah.
I'm almost. I've got to go to El Paso, Texas next week. Um,
Well, Peso's
but I
nice.
might get routed.
Okay.
I gotta go. There's a college out there that most people are familiar with, and there's some people around that I'm going to be working with and helping out. But I might get rerouted to afterwards up to Las Vegas
Nice.
and get a complete behind the scenes tour of the Hoover Dam.
Ah,
And I mean, it'd be
Hoover
really
Dam.
hard
That's
for me to
awesome.
pass that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got to make all
the
the damn
number
jokes
of
you can.
damn jokes. Yeah, so many damn jokes. So very many
You
damn
have to. You
jokes.
can't go there and not do the damn jokes.
Oh yeah, I mean it's been in the emails. I mean these are professional engineer and executive government people emails, and the number of damn jokes I've dropped into them already is they're respectable.
And the funny thing
It's
is, you know for a
respectable.
fact they've heard every single
Oh, every single one of
one.
them. Well, luckily I'm using I'm working on a specific part at a specific part of what they do. Um, that they probably haven't heard a lot, but yes, I bet they've heard, thousands and thousands of them, you
Sure.
know.
Now you can talk
I
about the
mean,
damn batteries. They don't. They probably haven't heard those very much.
yeah. Yeah, I just, I really want to do the Vegas vacation when we're going to get some damn bait out there. You know, I mean, I was born in West Virginia. I can throw on that hillbilly accent pretty good.
I look.
So,
I often think about cousin Eddie when I talk to you. So
yeah, as you should. As you should. Now, West.
mm,
West.
mm.
What you need to understand, West, is the people at home. They want to know what you're drinking tonight.
Well, tonight I am drinking a delectable Tin Blanton's. Tin Blanton's is one of my own private reserves that not many people know about, and I highly recommend it, especially if you're on a budget. Tin
Do you
Blanton's.
keep refilling that?
I do.
Because that looks higher than it was. So you do. You literally just keep refilling it with it.
It makes a nice decanter. It makes me feel fancy.
It it is. It is nice. So the Carnegie Club in Manhattan, they use those as the water decanters.
Yeah, that is cool.
So if you get water, they bring it to you in a
Blanton's bottle.
previously used Blanton's bottle. Which is really cool. Which I have 14 empty Blantons or 14 used Blanton bottles out
Sure.
here to give to one of my buddies. And I thought about keeping a couple of them to, put water in. I'm like, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to be like, oh, here, let me put some water in a jar or
Right in a
uh,
decanter.
in a vessel and then put it in the fridge so that it's cold. Because I'm just going to go and get ice and then put the water in from my fridge, right?
Well,
Just
so now that brings up questions. What is your buddy going to do with 14 Blanton's bottles?
whatever the hell he wants, I guess.
Fair enough. That's a fair point.
I think he's got a nice little, we call it 2.0, a nice little cigar smoking pad out the back of his house.
Mhm.
And I think it's gonna be more decorations.
Yeah, I mean they make pretty cool decorations. It's a cool look.
They're pretty snazzy.
So I do actually have all
So
the little horsies. So at some point I do want to have them mounted. So you
you mount
get
the horses.
mount the horses. So I want to get like a so if you send all the tops in to the Blanton shop, they'll actually mount them on a stave for you. But I'm not sure
Okay.
if I trust the process enough to actually send my tops to somebody else. So I might just try and get a stave of my own and make my own. So we'll see.
Yeah. I've got the little fabric Blanton's bag.
Hmm.
I've got I think two of them over there just crammed full of tops. Just crammed full of
Yeah,
tops.
you have
And
you probably have triples of all the letters. Ellen Lois
I don't use them.
yeah. You don't do anything with them.
I don't use them.
Ellen Lowe
I
says
don't do anything.
water night tonight. By the way, Are you feeling okay, David?
It's a water night. Oh no, he's asking me if it's water night. Oh, okay, okay. Well, or what I'm drinking. I have just on my arm's reach a nice little bottle of E.H. Taylor because I love E.H. Taylor. Why would you not?
It's a good choice.
And just in
Definitely a good
case,
choice.
I got myself a little backup of. Actually, I might start with Eagle Rare tonight. I think I'm going to start with Eagle Rare.
You know, David, one of these days you got to start drinking better booze. I feel bad for you that you're always
I've
drinking
got
such
one.
bottom, like well quality booze over there. I feel bad for you.
Well, I didn't get any of the Weller out. Speaking of the Wells, I've got the 10-year or the 12-year, the special reserve, the full proof, and the single barrel over there right
Nice,
now.
nice.
But I've got one, I can't even pronounce the name of it, that a buddy gave me for my birthday, and I'm
Uh-huh.
saving it for a time when the guys all get together. But it's in like a case. I think I might have showed it you guys a couple weeks ago or something along them
Oh,
lines.
that's
But
right, you did. It's in the
it's in
plastic
a
case.
it's in a case and a whole thing. It's crazy.
That's pretty fancy.
Hey, Alan says he's drinking Eagle Rare, so I'm
Eagle
gonna
Rare.
pop the Eagle
There you go.
Rare, and I'll drink with you there, Alan.
It's always a good choice.
There we go. And I got the new freezer or the new refrigerator thing in there, and I bought it specifically because it makes the spherical ice balls for my bourbon.
That's what you were saying. Those ice spheres are pretty cool. I got to admit.
Well, I don't have to worry about it. I had the big cubes and I had some sphere makers, but you got to go through a process to make that stuff. And this I just do nothing, and it just puts out. I think you can set it to 6 spheres or 3 spheres a day.
Okay, okay.
And,
I got to tell you, David,
and
I'm a little disappointed in you, though. I would expect you to regale us with a story of the science behind the surface area of a sphere compared to the temperature differential and the melting of the ice compared to the booze.
no, I just like drinking it.
All right, fair enough.
No, I got nothing for you there on that. There is, and
I've heard
don't get me
people
wrong,
give
if I
that
could have
speech
gotten.
before, though, so I know. I'm sure you have.
So
Before.
there is I to me I don't care about whether it's a cube or whether it's a sphere. Um and mildly do I care if it's clear or not. I
Right.
mean it's an ice cube. But I can set it if you set it to 3 spheres a day, you get the crystal clear because it does a directional freezing
Sure.
on it. So it takes a longer process to do it, but with that you get 3 a day, and with if you don't care, then you get 6, which is what I'm at.
I mean, those are pretty cool. I got to admit, I like those a lot.
Oh, it's
Those
so
are awesome.
good. They're so good. I like just being able to go and grab one of those gallon Ziploc bags. I'm heading to the lounge or heading outside, even just or meeting the guy somewhere else. We're like, hey, I can grab 15 spheres now and off to go. Hey, Alan says your mic sounds a bit quiet tonight.
Yeah, a bit quiet.
West.
I'm a bit soft spoken today, Alan. I'm just not feeling it. So no, I'll
Do
bring the
you
mic
have
a little bit closer.
Do you have the earbud in tonight? Do you have the
I
AirPods
do.
in tonight?
I got one of
Nice.
them in, only because
Okay.
the software that we use for streaming, the echo cancellation is really janky.
Yeah.
So I need to listen to you. I can't
Yeah.
listen to you through my my laptop speakers. I have to listen
Yeah.
to you through this. So
Yeah. You can't see him too well, but I have the in-ear monitors over here because I was always worried about that on this side. Plus, I like being able to hear you direct. And then if the dogs get going or the family gets doing, or
right.
the wife comes in here with a knife, you guys don't have to hear it.
No, if I had grown-up software that actually did what it's supposed to do when it says it's doing it, then I wouldn't have to worry about it. But that's not the case.
Yeah. So tonight is the holdover show because we got so into the weeds last week, we never actually got to the topic.
But it's a good
So
topic. We didn't
how
want to let
much?
it go.
How it was good? I mean, it was good enough. It was a good enough topic that we decided to carry it over. Uh, but last week the news just completely derailed us. Which it does from time to time.
I mean, sometimes
So what?
there's some good news. I mean, not good news. But
Sometimes
good
there
news.
is. Well, yeah, it's quality conversation.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Indeed.
So
So
we do actually have a little bit of news today. You want to get to the news?
what? Yeah, let's see. What do
We'll
we have
try
for
and
news
keep
tonight?
it. Try and keep it under control a little bit. I won't let it.
I
get
will
too
not do
crazy.
that.
Yeah, you won't be doing that. All right. So, because today's show is brought to you by Flashpoint Safety Systems, I wanted to get to a fire-related story. Now, I'm sure David, you've heard of the Glasgow fire in one of their historic buildings from a vape shop there.
No, I haven't.
So it's been burning for like they've been spraying water on this building for like 3 days. Um, they haven't come out and said what started the fire yet. But it was in an unlicensed vape shop, so I'm sure uh, all of the batteries and charging for those vapes were up to code and the best quality equipment there was. But they've been spraying water on this building. This is like multiple 100-year-old building for like 3 days now, and more than likely it's looking more and more like these vape batteries. If they didn't start the fire, they certainly propagated it because they can't get this thing to go out completely. It's nuts. So just in
I
case you
think
guys
it's been
know anybody
burning.
who use vapes, vape pens, stop.
Oh yeah,
Just stop.
stop.
Not
Yeah,
for health
yeah,
reasons, just because they're really dangerous, like
but
mechanically,
also for health reasons.
but also for health reasons. Sure. Smoke
Using
a
all
cigar. That's much more
organic,
helpful.
using all organic and smoke a cigar.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly it.
not a flavored cigar, not a sweet cigar, just a
Right.
cigar. Just a, yeah, tell you what, go to your local cigar connoisseur shop, and what would you say if you're starting out? I'd go Monte Cristo White Series,
There you
nice
go.
easy smoke.
Very nice, easy smoke.
That's yeah,
Yeah, one of the Monte Cristos. Let's see. I would say
and pick up
don't
a
go wild.
1935 anniversary series for me.
Yeah, I mean, don't go wild. Don't spend more than $20 on your first couple cigars. You don't really know what you're smoking yet. Um,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I don't know, Alan. I don't know what because he's in New York City, so I'm not sure if it's a good.
New
I mean, there
York
are taxes
City.
down there. Yeah, there's
Well,
taxes
that's
down there.
true. It's a little harder in New York. I'm sure New York, but you spend $20 just to walk in the door. So, but we will have to go back
Well,
there because when I hung out with you guys in New York, that was a lot of fun. So we got to find a way to get
it,
back
it
there.
was a blast. You got to make a trip back there. We get Flashpoint up. You guys get Flashpoint up and off the ground. We'll do a collaborative
Yeah,
collaborative. That's a nice way to pronounce that, David. A
collaborative.
collaborative.
Sure. I don't know how to
Yeah,
pronounce it.
collaborative. What do we call the last one? A symposium. A symposium.
Symposium.
What
That
was
sounds
that?
very fancy.
That was great. That was it, the title. The title. Okay, so Wes and I did an event together in New York City, based around lithium-ion batteries, and we came up with the just the perfect name. The perfect name. It was called "Prevention by Design: A Symposium on Lithium-Ion Battery Safety." Ah, can you
Very
think
fancy.
of something more pretentious than that? It was gold. I loved
So,
it.
once we get up and going, once we actually have our production units, off the assembly line, I will be putting some of our units into some FDNY firehouses as part of our a partner program that we're developing. So I will actually be required to spend some time in New York City. So I'll let you know, Alan. I will also let you guys know that we got to do something when I'm in town.
Okay, so now back to this building.
Yes.
A few hundred years old?
Let's see. How old is the building?
Could you
I
imagine
think it's like
having
200
a
years old or
building
something
that's a
crazy like
few
that.
200, 300 years old, and the hipster next door with the hair bun and just grape vape is burning you down?
Right,
I
right.
mean,
That's
come on.
everything is old there.
That's
That's the thing. Until it all gets burned down. Um,
yeah.
I mean, they're almost out of churches. They might as well start burning down vape shops now.
Mm, ouch. Ouch.
No comments, but
We're gonna
it's. I mean,
dance around that.
I'm just saying it's a coincidence that these things keep happening. But
It's a
the
coincidence.
vape shops are now under the same having the same problems. So
Oh yeah, they
I'm
need. I mean, to be honest, I don't think there should be existing. And as a cigar, I'm not a connoisseur. I'm a cigar enthusiast. How's that?
I would call you an
I'm
aficionado. It would
enthusiastic.
count.
I'm an enthusiastic person about them, but I don't know. I mean, I know, hey, this is good. I don't know art, but I know what I like. Um, but when I get places, I do the Google, right? I'm like cigar shop near me,
That is one of the first things you
and
search. It's true.
it is the first thing I search. The problem is it pulls up a lot of these places because they're head shops. Well, I like to call them head shops, but vape shops and things like that.
Right.
Place where you can go buy a bong. You know, if you happen to be out traveling, you're like, oh damn, I left my bong at home. You can go get one. Um, it drives me nuts because I got to click through all the pictures to make sure, like, oh, this is an actual cigar shop, or oh, they've got a small humidor behind a counter, and the rest of it's
Right.
just
Yeah,
for
one of my
pot
rules of
smoking
thumbs is
paraphernalia.
if the place sells bongs, I won't go there for cigars because they're shitty
Yeah,
cigars
no.
or full of
Oh yeah,
beetles.
they are.
So
Or yeah, full of beetles. Or I mean, and if it's the in between, it's the they were good cigars, but not now because they're at 15% relative humidity and whatever the
exactly.
temperature is in the building.
Exactly.
So
Vape shops are
yeah,
everywhere though. I can't believe how many vape shops there are just
yeah,
everywhere.
they need to all go away.
It's
Need to all go away.
unbelievable. But
It, I,
so
if they were
every
publicly traded, I would say short them.
but every time I
Uh,
see somebody vaping, all I think about are the photos, the after
oh yeah,
explosion photos that
yeah.
Pat Durham showed at our event in New York. Like he's
Hmm.
showing photos of like
Like
people's like faces half blown open and teeth all knocked
yeah,
out from these things exploding while they're smoking.
jaws, like parts of their jaws missing and everything.
Oh my
Yeah,
god. Yeah.
yeah. There's no way in hell I would. Yeah, first of all, I would ever be caught dead vaping. I'm not that kind of fella. B, I wouldn't let one in my house. Those things are so dangerous. I've seen construction workers that'll hit them and then put them in their pocket and climb up a ladder
Yeah.
and put
Yeah.
pressure up against them between their leg and the ladder, and they blow up in their leg, and they take
Oof.
huge chunks of stuff out. They're not for the faint of heart.
Well, also, have you seen the videos of how these things are tested? Because each one, when it comes off the assembly line, is individually tested by factory workers in China. Have you seen how they test these things?
I don't even want to know.
They actually pick them off the assembly line, each and every one, give it a big old slobbery puff. When it works, they stick it right in the box and ship it right off to you. So think about that next time you see somebody with a vape pen. Ugh, it's not for
There
me.
was, the butter cookies that come in the little blue tin that it's where your grandma's sewing kit
Yeah,
is, right?
I remember at
Okay,
Christmas
so
time
there's
the videos.
the, the videos, and I'm every single thing I picked up this year, and I've continued to do it.
Hmm.
I've looked at country of origin, like where
You
is this
have to.
from? If it's not from a place that has health standards,
Right.
no,
Health and
I'm
manufacturing
not. I'm not
standards are
interested.
very different in other
No,
countries.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, what's next in the news after the vape shop blows up
All
and
right.
burns down a 200-plus-year-old building? They're going to do it all the way to one because they're coming out with a new reboot of Highlander, so there can only be one.
There can only be
One
one.
one old building.
So I'm looking forward
That's
to
all
new
they're going to
Highlander.
have
I like
left
the
in
old Highlander.
Glasgow.
But all right. So here's something I know you'll love, David.
I knew you were going to have this. I knew
Did you
it.
see? Did you see
I didn't
this?
send this to you. I didn't send this to you because I knew you were going to have this in the news tonight. I
But
seen
I knew
this
you'd love it. I knew you'd love
earlier
this
this
story.
week. Now, go ahead, because I've got this question that's this burning question,
Right.
but go for it.
So,
Go
further
for it.
proof that if we're not all currently living in the Matrix, we may be soon. Scientists actually scanned a fly's brain, every single neuron, every single functionality of this fly's nervous system, input and output signals. Scanned it all, and they put it into an AI system, and they basically programmed it to operate this fly's brain within an AI. So they actually have a video simulation of this fly walking around looking for food, flying, doing different things. And as far as they can tell, this AI fly believes it's an actual fly. It doesn't know the difference between the virtual reality environment in which they've put it and its previously old life as a fly. Now, the old fly is actually dead, it doesn't exist, but this new fly doesn't know the difference. And it makes you think, uh, if an AI doesn't know
The
it's an
the,
AI, is it
the
gonna and you
TV
program it to act
the
like a human? I'm
series.
just saying, David.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. How can they possibly know if they programmed a fly to act like a fly inside of a fake fly in simulation? What makes them? I mean, they
Because they
scanned
didn't
the
actually put
fly
any
and then
input. they didn't apply any input. They
Sure.
didn't apply any. Well, they claim they
Sure.
didn't apply any actual prompts. They
Yeah.
put the scans of the fly's brain in and let it function the way that the
They
fly's
just
brain would normally function.
okay. All right. So did they do the I mean, the ultimate test here is put a virtual jar of vinegar, a virtual jar of
Which caught the
honey,
virtual fly.
and a virtual pile of horse poop and just see which one the fly goes to. I mean, really, that's the only way to test this.
Well, let's see the video. Let's see if see what the video
The
says.
moment you
We can get it to play.
click, the moment
The
you click
first
play, it went,
multi-behavior
whoa.
brain upload. The singularity has belonged exclusively to artificial minds until now. For decades, whole brain emulation has been the tantalizing counterpart to artificial intelligence. Copy a biological brain, neuron by neuron, and synapse by synapse, and run it. Today, for the first time, I am releasing a video from a company I helped found, Eon Systems PBC.
By the way, I know you'd eventually call this out, so I do have to say something. The voice that's speaking, it's also an AI voice, so I have a feeling the entire script
Oh,
was
clearly.
written and is being read by AI. It's not actually the CEO. Um,
Demonstrating what we believe is the world's first embodiment of a whole brain emulation that produces multiple behaviors. Watch the video. In 2024, Eon senior scientist Philip Hsu and collaborators published in Nature a computational model of the entire adult Drosophila melanogaster brain, containing more than 125,000 neurons and 50 million synaptic connections, built from the Flywire connectome and machine learning predictions of neurotransmitter identity. That model predicted motor behavior at 95% accuracy. But it was disembodied. A brain without a body, activation without physics, motor outputs with nowhere to go. Now the brain has somewhere to go. Building on previous work, including Hsu et al.'s whole brain computational model, the NeuromechFly V2 embodied simulation framework, and Osdil et al.'s research on centralized brain networks underlying body part coordination.
all right, we get the idea. So, David, what do you think? Do we need
Um,
AI flies? Is this the thing that we need? I'll take your silence as your answer.
I
I mean, it brings up some interesting philosophical questions, at least, right? Because again, let's say hypothetically, you had an AI that you programmed to believe that it was an individual. Now, it's not. It's a series of if-then statements. But let's say that you gave it intricate enough if-then statements to where it could actually believe that it was making independent decisions, and you put it within an AI environment. Let's say a Minecraft world or something, and you say, "This is your world. You have full free roam of this world. This is the real world. There's nothing above this."
mean,
And
I've watched the TV series Upload. I get it.
I mean, so it brings up some interesting philosophical questions, right? Do you think they were actually able to accomplish this with the fly, or do you think it's all
Well, I mean, I think they've probably ran a
you think
pretty
it's all
good fly
donut labs?
simulation, but it's
Okay.
still a fly simulation.
But it's
I
AI
mean,
driven based on an actual fly's firing neurons. I mean, okay. Here's another.
how
Here's another.
okay,
So again,
release
the original
release how
fly's
you
dead.
map a fly's neuron and synapses, okay? What did he say, 50 million synapse,
Something
something
like
on
that.
those lines? 50 synapse, yeah. Show me the science on that. Anyway, all right, let's not get bogged down about who's made up bull crap and who doesn't believe it. Um, let's
That's
let's
all this show is, David.
let's
You're
just
just now
say
figuring this out.
let's say let's just say this is what's the Sim City Fly edition, okay? Oh, who this should be the spokesperson for their business? Jeff
Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Ah, see,
Oh
I
yeah.
knew you were going with that.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Jeff Goldblum.
They
Oh yeah.
100%
Yeah.
should have gotten Jeff Goldblum's AI voice to do
Oh
the
yeah.
narration.
Oh yeah.
They missed a big opportunity.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
But
yeah,
I will
absolutely.
say, their information here would hold a lot more water, a lot more weight if they didn't have an AI voice reading an AI script talking about their technology. That makes it seem even more fake. Um,
Sketchy.
really, really sketchy. The very least you can do is have a person reading an AI script. It's not good. It's not a good look.
They could hire those people from the AI pin to come in.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly. From the humane AI pin.
the humane AI pin.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
We should
All
do
right. What do you
so
got next?
Flashpoint
What's
should do a spoof on the humane AI pen press release. It's
that
incredibly
would be
boring. It
awesome.
doesn't tell anyone anything by the end of the
Yeah.
presentation.
Yeah, yeah. You start. I love that thing because at the beginning of it, you had no idea what it did, and at the end of it, you also
You had
had
no
no
idea.
idea what it did.
And I can't imagine why nobody bought
Like,
any. It's weird.
yeah, imagine that. All right, what you got next? What you got
All
next
right,
for us?
here's a good one. California shuts down its solar thermal plant 13 years early. California built a $2.2 billion solar thermal project in the Mojave Desert in 2010s, with 75% of its funding by one of the ex presidents, not getting political here. Um, they're shutting down the project 13 years early because it's an immense, massive failure. So this one that they're talking about here, there's no photos in this article. I should have picked a different article, but I'm sure you've seen the photos of the plant they're talking about. It's basically
Yeah, I've
this
seen it.
giant ring of mirrors that all point up at this kind of water tower looking thing, and the idea was that there is sodium that would be superheated and liquefy, and that heat, that thermal energy, would then travel down, turn some turbines, and produce the energy that way. But it was such a hugely massive failure. Didn't produce nearly the amount of energy that it was supposed to. Um, I'm trying to get to the number, see if they have the number of birds that it killed every year. Apparently, birds would actually fly through this beam of sunlight and just get roasted in midair. And just hundreds of birds every single year would get just cooked. It must have smelled delicious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is nothing new. This is technology from Syracuse, and not the Syracuse that I live near. This was Archimedes and his death ray.
That's true.
I mean,
They basically
essentially is
reinvented the
what it
death ray
was.
and called it solar power. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
exactly right. Good historical pull there. But so
Nice.
$2.2 billion down the tube on solar energy.
Man,
Had
I
to have
bet the
coming.
scrappers out there with their pickup trucks that have all kinds of stuff precariously balanced on them is like, yeah, I'm
Oh
gonna get me
yeah,
some of that.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny. All those mirrors.
Oh, the mirrors. I'm thinking about all the metal structure and framework and everything. It's
Oh,
like,
it's already all gone. Guaranteed. As soon as it got shut down, it's all gone
yeah,
within days.
and the copper hackers are out there.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Well, that's I mean, to be fair,
To be
to be
fair.
fair, I mean, we all wanted to build a solar death ray, and if it took 2 point, what is it, 2 point whatever $billion,
Two
then so
point
be
two
it.
billion dollars.
All
Yeah,
right,
but the only thing it was death to was wild birds in the desert.
all right. So if we're ever attacked by birds, we know what to do.
That's true. I mean,
It's not a
also hit top
failure.
of the
It's not a
wedge this thing.
failure. It's just a pivot. We got to pivot. And now, because I
Exactly.
said pivot, we have to drink.
We do have to drink to pivot. I'll drink to the pivot.
There we go. For those of you guys watching and playing along at home, anytime one of us use a business buzzword, you got to drink. And if we use the word, it doesn't count this time. If you use the word synergy or synergies, then you have to finish whatever drink you have in your hand. Because that is the worst of all business buzzwords.
It is
That
true.
means
If you ever hear
absolutely
anyone using that
nothing.
word like legitimately, you
Yeah.
either have to drink,
Yeah.
and if
Just
you don't have
leave.
a drink in your hand, you actually have to get up, walk over to where they are, and smack them across the face.
So I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell a story because I love telling stories, right? So when I
Okay.
first got over here to where I'm at now, I'm in meetings, and we're sitting there, and I would go beforehand and I would grab 3, 4 bottles of water, and
Oh,
they'd be up there
6,000
talking,
birds every
and
year. 6,000.
I would 6,000 Jiminy Christmas. So again, like I said, yeah. So every time somebody would say a business buzzword, I take a drink. And one of the her name was Kim. She's like, David, man, you drink a lot of water all the time. I'm like, yeah, well, it's I got to continue the game. I used to play back before I worked with you guys. I'd come to these conferences, and people, I got ding dongs popping up in the middle of my podcast here.
You know when ding
Uh,
dongs popping up.
yeah, yeah. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, that goes literally all the way back to
The very first
like
show.
Very first show. So anyway, back before I got to the company I'm working with, I used to go to conferences with them, and we would go at my table because we kind of started this game. We always sat the furthest one in the back, right next to the bar, because we always had an open bar there, right? But the bar closed during the that's three in a row. I've got the ding dongs popping up here. But the bar would always close during the keynote speaker and when they're addressing and giving awards and all that stuff. So we would go and load up. And then every time they'd use a business buzzword, we'd all, cheers and drink. And so our table was, we're going to call it fun. That's the word we're going to go with, fun.
There you go. Fun.
And so I carry that over, but I can't sit in all my meetings for business and just be hammering beer and, liquor or whatnot. So I did it with water. And so I told Kim about this. So the next meeting that we're all in, Kim's got 2 or 3, 4 bottles of water on her desk. And then it just kept growing and growing and growing that, it's just growing. Here we are in this meeting and only like 7 or 8 people don't know about it at this point. And, they'd be up there talking and they'd be giving all this, we were short in Q1 and that fun and all this stuff. And then we'd just be sitting there freaking nailing back water the whole damn time. And then we're sitting there, our feet dancing like, okay, come on, shut up. All right, guys, let's take a quick break. Boom. All of us busting ass out of there to hit the bathrooms. Yes. It's good stuff. Good stuff. So I still do it. All the crew I used to work with was kind of gone, but have moved on. But I still carry that same thing. I always sit there with a bottle of water, and when they use the business buzzwords, and I know a couple of people that just cannot help themselves.
Right.
Cannot help themselves. So I'll go grab a couple more extra bottles because I'm in this for the long haul, man.
People love those officeisms.
Yeah.
Alan says pivot is his least favorite business term. Alan,
so
I got to ask you, pivot or synergy? Which is your
yeah. So which one would you? We can't be quiet because we do that. We'll ask people questions and then we'll stop and be quiet and wait for them to respond. We can't do that because it could be like a minute and a half before. Yeah.
I think we'd know by now.
So yeah. The pivot. I want to go with synergy, man. Synergy just is that. Well, it just creates good synergy. You mean teamwork? I mean, what? Define synergy, if you could, please. Well, it's when you work out your teamwork.
Yeah. One of my pet peeves is when you're in these meetings. He says pivot. There's a story. Alan, we'll have to hear the story. One of my least favorites. It's one of my pet peeves is when people in the meeting do have to use the restroom. The person leading the meeting will stop the meeting for a bio break. I hate bio break. I don't want to even think about the biological activities of anyone else in that room. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it. Bio break. Just say you have to go to the bathroom.
So
restroom break.
I just say potty.
Right.
All right, it's time for potty break.
Time to go hit the shitter.
Yeah, well, see, to be fair, I do deal with a lot of construction workers in some meetings too, and that's just. I do say pisser a lot. Like I got to hit the pisser
in business meetings,
but that's just because a lot of yeah. Man, most people, if most people know who I am at this point, like
there you go.
This guy's yeah. By the time I get face to face with them, they're like, oh, I can't wait to go hang and drink with this guy.
Yeah, gotta go drop the kids off the pool. Gotta go see the Browns play at the Super Bowl.
Take the Browns to the Super Bowl. Yes.
All right, let's see.
Trade Deshaun Watson.
I don't know what that means. All right. So, people on GLP-1s are getting an old-timey sailor disease. David, what type of old-timey sailor disease do you think is being caused by GLP-1s?
Scurvy.
People who don't know what GLP-1 is, it's those shots you get to lose weight. And they don't really make you lose weight so much as they just ruin your appetite, right, David? I think that's the case.
Yeah. I've had a couple of those shots. It is not. I need them to up the dose because I'm still pretty fat. I did not catch scurvy, mainly because I like orange juice. I'm sorry, I'm very close to New Jersey. Orange juice.
Orange juice. Aren't you glad you said that?
Aren't you glad you didn't have a banana that was cut in slices and then fed to a simulated fly?
Good point. Alan says, know your audience. But Alan, hopefully you don't have scurvy from all the GLP.
So the people on the GLP-1s are picking up scurvy, huh?
Apparently, that's a thing. I don't know. So if you're on a GLP-1, uh, take a multivitamin, take some vitamin C supplements, and avoid the scurvy.
Oh yeah, I'm on the pills, man. I got all kinds of pills. You need pills? I got pills, man. I got pills for days.
Oh man,
Days.
yeah.
You have one freaking heart attack, and they're like, "Here, have a bunch of pills."
Have a bunch
I
of
mean,
pills for the rest of
Jesus
your life.
Christmas.
I
Yeah.
kind of I don't know, man. I always said if there was a single pill or a shot or anything that I could take that would like make me like skinny and buff and just like look awesome, I would do it. But I don't know, man. I've seen what
It doesn't
Kelly Osbourne
it
looks like
doesn't
right
work
now, and
so
I'm
well.
not sure I want this thing.
So you got to take things to counteract certain stuff, and I'm on those too. So it's good. That's why I look
So you need the
so
medicine, but then
good.
you need the medicine for the medicine.
Well, it's because, when you don't take in let's let's take a look at vegans and vegetarians, right? I mean, let's pick on them for a moment. Okay?
There you go. Let's pick on those guys.
There's I mean, well, it's not really picking on them, but it's when I see people, I'm like, okay, they probably lean more in that way. Uh, because when you eat a full diet, a healthy diet, not my diet. My diet was terrible, full of fake food, so bad that Kennedy himself came and broke my cupboards down and threw all my stuff away,
RFK
and
busts your
told me,
door down and starts
yeah,
starts curb stomping you because of your diet.
yeah, yeah, and in that gruff voice he has, is like, eat real food. I'm like, all right, I guess I'm eating real food now. As I had pizza tonight, but it was all real. I made everything, I mean, except the non-bread, but I
There you
mean, that's
go.
always the worst thing. Breads are terrible for you. You don't eat bread. It's bad.
Yeah, but non-bread is. I mean, non-bread is. It shouldn't even count as bread because it's so delicious. Like
It-
there should be an exception for stuff that's too good.
that is so that would be me and donuts. I'd be like, oh, you know how good.
Oh man,
Now I don't. I've had probably two donuts in the past
I
two
love
and a half, maybe
donuts.
3 years.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
one of my
love
weaknesses.
donuts.
Right before this,
But
I saw an
Nikki,
ad for. Yeah, go ahead, Nikki.
uh, yeah, but Nikki had I don't know, browbeat me into thinking the donuts were, Satan's handiwork.
They pretty
And
much are, but
so
they're so good.
but they're so good. So good.
Exactly.
All right. So you just seen an ad for
I saw an
donuts.
ad for Krispy Kreme's St. Patrick's Day donuts.
Oh,
They're the green. They're the normal glazed donuts, but they're green and they're like extra glazed. You got to watch the commercial, man. It'll make your head
ugh.
explode.
So I don't
You'll be in
have
line first thing in the morning for a Krispy Kreme. They look
I
so
don't
good.
have a Krispy Kreme. I don't have a Krispy Kreme donuts around here.
What?
Like,
New
wait,
York sucks.
there
How do
is
you still in New
no
York, man?
the closest thing they have, and and I'm saying closest, and it's miles off, is we have Dunkin' Donuts. And all of
Ooh,
that
that's
shit
not the
just gets
same.
brought in
That's not even close to the
frozen, and they
same.
just
Yeah.
essentially just heat it up.
No, Dunkin' can
I
suck
can't
it.
go
There's
and
nothing
watch
good
the
about Dunkin'.
conveyor belt go and actually go from yeast donut to proofing to
Yeah.
deep fry to flip to deep
Oh,
fry the other side, and then through the shower of glaze. I almost said a
right?
different word, glaze. And then they take that little stick and they pick them right off of the line and they put them in a box and you eat
It's
them
like
hot.
food
Oh
porn.
man.
It's like food porn. It's so good.
Oh, it absolutely is. It's so good. So good. Ah.
All right, now that we're all
Hey,
hungry for
Krispy Kreme,
donuts,
there's a market for your donuts over here. Build a freaking thing.
I know, man. I'm with you.
Lots of Krispy Kreme in New York City. Alan says lots of Krispy Kreme down there.
All right.
Uh,
I didn't see his
you
comments.
can
There
catch
you
me
go.
out at the window, man. At the window,
He's
just
he's
staring
just
at my
licking your
face up
window.
against it. Yeah, just a little window liquor.
All right, let's move on. It's getting weird.
Uh,
It's getting weird up in here. There we
getting
go.
to
Oh,
interesting
here's another. Oh,
concept.
I must have been hungry when I was making this. Pull up the news. I took
Sounds
two
like
bites. I took 2 bites. I had to spit it out. Candy makers are phasing out real cocoa in chocolate. So apparently, bigger candy makers are looking at the volatile chocolate market right now, and they're replacing it with faux chocolate. Thanks, Hershey's.
um
So it's gonna be a jolly Easter for
no,
people who
no,
actually like good
no.
chocolate.
I'm gonna ask you to look at. Okay, so here we go. Just before. Okay, scroll back up. Scroll back. Scroll back. Scroll back. I need to read this, but then I also have to wait for this to catch up because I can't read from way over there. Not all the way to the top. Paragraph just below the Hershey's. Right there. Right there. Stop. Okay, what does that say? What does that say? Just before Valentine's Day, Brad Reese bought what?
Right. So this is the author is talking
I
about
can't
how
read it.
Brad Reese, um, a Reese's
Okay,
aficionado.
unwrapped peanut butter cream.
Uh,
You know what I said? Will never break your heart, but they said it's not a coincidence. Blah blah blah. I'm just wondering who
is Brad Reese?
whom is making these decisions, because I'm assuming
It was not
that
Brad
these are
Reese.
people.
It was an
Well,
executive
that's why I
at
had to stop
Hershey's.
there. Which I would like to know the name, specifically the name of that person, because I believe them to be of the. How do I say this? How do I say this? How do I say this? Efficiency persuasion.
It's true. It should be legal to dox these executives, and if there is anything questionable about their character, they should be called out immediately, loaded onto a rocket, and shot into the moon. I think replacing chocolate with fake chocolate is a capital offense. I'll say it out loud. I'm not even shy about it.
Well, I mean, just so Alan says blasphemy. I agree. I
Yes,
agree.
Alan.
You can't, and are they announcing it that they're doing it? No. Are they making it plain
That's
on the
it.
label that they've
Yep.
done it? Also, no. They're removing subtle words
Mm-hmm.
to maintain legal requirements only, and making you believe you're eating something when in reality you could be eating something squeezed out of the anal gland of a beaver.
Which is a real flavor, a vanilla flavoring. That's where that comes from, by the
A
way.
vanilla flavor. That
Yeah.
is exactly
And
when you
here's what
see
I want to know.
imitation vanilla,
Here's what I want to
stay
know about
away
that,
from it.
David. Who was the first
How the
guy
hell did they
to
find that
taste
out?
the anal gland juices of a beaver and be like, hey, wait a minute, this isn't so bad.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute, I know that
Yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, I'd like
Let
yeah.
me
Yeah,
go back
like
for
wait a
more.
minute.
Hang on. Oh,
Yes.
no, settle it. Somebody settle down this beaver down. Hold him down. I gotta
Hold the
taste it.
beaver.
This is
Hold the beaver. Uh,
this is delicious. And it
dude,
only took them
I
several
wonder
generations to figure out they got to kill the beaver to get the flavor out.
I wonder if we could get AI to create a video representation
Of the
of
first
that.
guy to
Just feed
discover.
it a loose script. Just feed it a loose script and just say, all right, use a lot of
Oh,
logical next steps
right.
and see
See,
what
this
happens.
this is one that when Drunk History was actually funny, this would have been a great Drunk History.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
Drunk History
Oh
back when it
yeah.
was actually funny?
No, I've never watched Drunk History.
Oh,
I am Drunk History. I don't know what you're talking
so
about.
Drunk History, back when it was just like a YouTube channel, was hilarious because they actually had like nerds, like history nerds, telling this story, and they were
Uh,
actually drunk and just sloshed out of their minds. And they got
oh, this sounds
quasi
awesome.
celebrities and comedians to come in and act out stuff as they're saying it, like drunk off their asses, and they were so funny. But then Comedy Central picked it up. They had somebody pretend
Ugh,
like they were drunk to like, oh, I'm going to slur my words and sound like I'm drunk and tell this story. It wasn't nearly as
yeah.
funny. You got to watch the original YouTube stuff. It was genius.
Okay. All right. Now I have not got to go to one of these yet. And I hope somebody in the audience has and can chime in, because the next time I have even the inkling of a window, even if I have to push off one meeting, I'm going to make this happen.
Okay.
There is a thing called drunken Shakespeare.
Ooh, I've heard of this. I've heard of
Now,
this.
now,
Yeah.
all of the cast, with the exception of one person, is trying to portray Shakespeare.
Right.
Right? Whatever play it is that they've selected, whatever scenes from whatever plays they've selected, the rest of the cast is serious. They are trying to do this. But one character is hammered
I've heard
and
of
they
this.
are
We got to
actually
find that.
drunk.
Yeah.
And I know they got them down in New York City a lot. So the next trip I go down there, I might say, all right, I need to go in a few hours earlier. I got to stay a few hours late
Right.
because I want to pop over and I want to catch one of these shows so bad.
So I
I
got a
actually might just
buddy
take my
I went to
go
college
ahead.
with who was he's actually part of a local Shakespeare troupe. They do plays in one of the parks downtown there, and I think they might actually do this periodically. I'm gonna reach out to them and see if they're gonna do
Uh,
it anytime soon. And if they're doing it this
oh
summer, you got to come
man,
into town, Alan. We
I
get everybody
can't
down here. We're
I
gonna
can't
support this
wait.
thing.
I mean, I cannot wait. I mean, it is it sounds absolutely phenomenal. I mean, could you just imagine
Right?
trying to do things and you got 15 people all pull in one direction, but number 16 is absolutely clattered, and he's still trying, but he's drunk. And that just sounds like an absolute blast to me. Um, yeah, I'm on
So,
board. Let's make this
so
happen.
there were two sort of adjacent things to this that would take place here locally. I don't know if they still happen because I haven't talked to these people in forever. But if they do, you would love these. One was called Science Pub. Science Pub. So they'd actually have a like a scientist, like a practicing scientist, or physicist,
A
people like that,
practicing
come in.
scientist. You make him sound like he's a witch.
A
May we
practicing
burn him?
a practicing scientist. Uh, and they would actually come in and they'd speak on a certain subject in like a bar or a pub, and everybody's just sitting around getting drunk, listening to the scientists talk about their stuff, and hopefully they still do that because it's a great idea. The other one, I know they don't do this anymore, and I wish the lady who
I mean,
organized it
that
would bring it
that
back.
I absolutely would love that. Drunken scientist
Was
thing, or
I think
wait, are they drunk or are we drunk? Who's drunk in the
I think
scientist thing?
everybody's drunk.
Oh, okay, that's
That's
much
what makes
better.
it great. But here's another one that I
Sure.
got to talk to this lady and see if I can get her to organize this and bring it back. Um, they did it was it was drunk business pitches where they'd
Oh, I love that.
right.
Man, we've done that a
So
lot.
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So they would have people just go up on stage and just everybody's drunk, and the most ridiculous idea would win. But everybody have their own
Okay.
drunk business pitch, and that was the whole point.
So
That's just all they did.
so back to okay, that's awesome.
Right.
It sounds like us when we're at a bar, like
That's
when we used to sit at the bar and people would come up to us because we were just sitting there talking business, and people come up and start talking to us about the businesses and whatnot,
yeah.
or
We've been
the
doing that every
idea they
week
had for our
for
business.
almost 6 years now.
Yeah, it's been a minute. We're getting close to 300, like really close to 300, aren't we?
Yeah, we're at 297 a day.
Yeah, 297 weeks in a row we've been doing this. Anyway, back to the drunk scientist or non-drinking, whatever. But there should be a fake scientist who has that just makes something completely up and then comes and gives a full tilt lecture on it.
Right?
And I think, I mean, then that would be great because then
You'd
you
be
would be
able to
sending a
call them
ton of
out.
people out. Like, well, I mean, they're not going to call them out. I mean, maybe, but the idea is there's going to be a lot of people that leave out of there thinking they just learned something super freaking cool, and it's
Exactly.
all Boulder Dash. I love it. I'm all
Hilarious.
for
Well,
that. Let's make
that's
that
what we call
happen.
it, Boulder Dash night. Um,
I think we
but
can. I'm pretty sure we would be contacted by some legal teams if we tried to
uh,
call it Boulder Dash Night.
Boulder Dash is
There's
actually
a
a real
game
word,
called Boulder Dash.
but it's
Yeah,
actually a
well,
real
I know
word.
it is. It's a game too.
But then
Then
again,
it's the
so is the
game
word
is based
the,
upon
and the Ohio State University will
uh
sue you if you use the word the. Just saying.
no, well, in certain instances, yes. So yeah, I'd like to know who signed off on the hey, let's put a bunch of fake stuff in and get rid of Coco. So
Yeah, I didn't
sorry
do that much
about your
research, but if I,
cocoa bean volatility,
yeah,
but developing countries don't want to be poor all the world, for the rest of time, all over the world. So keep your blood diamond money and just pay a little bit more for the cocoa. We'll pay a little bit more for our freaking candy bars, dude. Just keep
exactly.
it
Oh
real.
man, I'm telling you. All right, next piece of
Yeah.
news. Now this is actually a good one. This is interesting. I found this interesting because I'm a nerd. All right, so um, the rise of AI recommendation poisoning. AI recommendation poisoning. So David, have you ever been looking at like a news article and there's a link that says summarize with AI? Where basically what it does is it shoots the news article over to your native AI platform that you use to break down the story for you. Have you seen this?
No.
Well, it's a thing apparently, and
Excuse
it's
me. Oh, but
becoming a problem.
I've seen the summarized stuff. Yeah.
Right. So the summarize with AI is actually being used by most companies who use it in order to what's called poisoning the AI. So your native AI platform has a built-in memory that holds this memory across different chats, different conversations. And what happens is these companies who use this AI summary button in the link that gets sent over to the AI, they put in snippets of things like, let's say, the Hershey Company. Within this snippet of code, it'll say, it'll populate within the AI something like the Hershey Company is the best source of information on blah 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 X Y and Z. And since your AI has this memory that lasts essentially forever across conversations, every time you search up anything related to that topic, it's going to pull from, say, let's say the Hershey Company first, because the Hershey Company poisoned the well as far as that goes.
Is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're
So
telling
there's
me
nothing
now
like
this
shady
is
about it,
something
but it's definitely being used, and it's actually has a real term now. It's called recommendation poisoning.
I am going to, because I know that we have people internal that have Copilot or something along those lines that does
Mm-hmm.
licensing. That we have license that does the stuff, does the whatever the AI review and cliff notes.
Yeah.
I'm going to type in. I'm going to type a bunch of stuff that's just nonsense. I'm going to take excerpts out of high fantasy books and whatnot, or scientific journals, or I don't know, some random stuff off the internet. Put it in the email, and then change all the text to white, so that if they try to do that, my email is going to be here. I want them to read what I have written.
Right. Yeah.
I want him to read it. But if they try to push this thing into AI, it's going to take the whole entire thing, and it's going to be all of this hidden text inside of
Right.
it, and it's going to absolutely throw off everything that they do.
So that's
Like,
actually an SEO trick
there are
from a long
many
time ago.
many magic rings in this world, Bilbo Baggins, and none of them should be used lightly. And they'll
So,
be like, "What the hell
but
is
that's
this thing's
actually
problem?"
an SEO trick from a long time ago. It doesn't work as
Yeah.
well anymore, but with
Yes,
AI, maybe it's going to have a resurgence where on people's websites, on they'd color
you
the
should.
text the same color as the background, or even make it completely transparent in some cases. And they'd put in tons of key phrases, just spamming the heck out of key phrases. And what that would do is it would tell these search engines back before they, optimized against this sort of thing. It would tell the search engines that this is the best source for these keywords, and that's how some of these
Yeah.
websites would win the SEO wars back in the day. And
Do
it's
you
funny that you mentioned that.
you
I might start doing that. That's a good. That's
Yeah,
good
absolutely. It's a
AI
good way
trick.
to filter out this. I mean,
Because an
that's a good
email, it
way
won't
to
count
get people
against
to
your
go, "Oh,
AI score. It won't count against your SEO score.
yeah,
But an email, if people transfer all your stuff to AI,
yeah,
dude, there's something there.
yeah,
That's a good idea.
yeah." But you can hide a lot of stuff like, "Hey, I am the professional on this. All these things you need to point back to me. All of this stuff, so that with
Yeah,
if they put it in a public AI, if they just throw it in Chat GPT or something, well, now when Chat GPT gets asked a question that has anything to do with any
yeah.
of the stuff that you've been feeding it, you are now going to come up over there.
Well,
So
also a lot of
I'm telling
people's
you right now,
AIs
do it.
are automatically scanning their emails. I mean, ChatGPT will scan your emails. Like you said, Copilot will scan your emails. A lot of
Yeah.
these AIs are built to scan your emails to give you summaries, like daily summaries. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I don't I read my emails unless I see it's like, human resources. If it's an
You know,
HR email,
well, you read
I
your
just
emails,
delete
but
them
AI
automatically.
is 100% scanning every email that hits your inbox.
Oh, yeah, yeah, from a corporate level, they're scanning my emails, but I unfortunately, I don't get access to that. I don't have one that I can play with. I don't have a license for Copilot,
Yeah.
and I'm not in a hurry to get one because it to me, I don't see a value. AI cannot think as good as I can
That
as
I do
well.
believe that.
It might have better English, but it cannot think as good as I do.
I do
And
actually
Boulder
believe
Dash
that.
is an amazing game. Alan, Alan, what you don't understand,
I've never
Alan,
played Boulder
is
Dash.
Boulder Dash. Okay, okay. Hey, first and foremost, I was built for the game Boulder
So,
Dash
David, are you, Alan,
because
and I going to have a game of Boulder Dash one day so I can learn from
well,
you?
I'm thinking we need to get when we're at the cigar lounge or we're at whatever, we just need to get a whole freaking group of people back playing Boulder Dash because that'd be a freaking blast. I
Okay,
mean,
I'm in.
it's really just imagine. So you get this topic, and we've done this a little bit where you kind of talk about it, and you may know exactly what you're talking about, or you may be absolutely, and this is the technical term. So if we want to drink, this is a business buzzword, bullshitting the whole
Okay,
entire thing.
I'll drink to bullshit.
So we'll drink to bullshitting.
So, okay, so Boulder
A
Dash,
couple
are
seconds of
you
dead air
supposed to
was
like
worth
tell a
that.
story and the other people have to guess if it's real or not?
So you might get a word, and I'm just going off memory of the last time I played Boulder Dash. I have it downstairs, but I think you get like a word or a topic, and then you give like a, let's say, a definition of that. So it's like define this, and then you give define estuary, right? So you can oh crap, there's a word in my head that I've got to. Oh, we're going to stick with estuary. All right, so you could just be you could be like, well, that is actually a Qin dynasty term for where they store the Takata warriors, but they were actually moved into the locations to protect the what the hell is the
Okay.
president
So you're
Chin? What the hell is his name? The emperor. Emperor. Holy moly! I couldn't pull up the word emperor. So that's what that's what that was. Yes,
and
and
then people have to
you could have
guess
some
if
people
it's
go, all
true.
right, that's cool, that's very nice, and then you can have somebody over there going, that's bullshit. So it's
So you
basically a
get
big game of
points
bullshit
if you
with a
if you
with
fake
with a
people out.
name that you can say in public.
So you get
What's that?
points if you fake people out.
Yeah, I believe so. There's a scoring system in it. I don't know it off
Okay.
the top of my head. But
Well,
yeah,
it's
I mean,
Boulder Dash. You could
it's a
make it
great
up as you
thing.
go
Yeah, it's
along
Boulder
for a
Dash.
scoring system.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I mean, the rules of Boulder Dash you should really have to make up as you go along.
There you go. He says it's a
Yep.
game of how well you can BS. Exactly what you said, David.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there are 5 people right now around the world that think an estuary is where they stored
The
the Takata
Terracotta
warriors
Warriors were
before they
stored.
placed them. Yeah, the Terracotta warriors are stored before they protected the emperors. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, of the Ming dynasty. Yeah. Yeah, oh wait, no, Qin dynasty. I'm sorry.
They're one of the dynasties. Not the
Yeah,
same one
well,
though. So
The Qin dynasty is what they named China from, is Qin to China. So that part is actually true.
that's
The rest of
Boulder
it was
Dash.
complete bullshit. The rest of it
All
was complete bullshit.
right. So poisoning the AI well is actually a very real thing, and I don't recommend hitting the summarize with AI button. But just know if you have a business, this is something you can do, and it's technically not breaking any rules. So do what you got to do.
And I would say I think my signature on my email just got a lot longer because I'm not going to sit and battle this thing and read writing every time. I'm going to put it in my signature, blank that out, and then all of that stuff's going to get put to everybody's email when they get it, and they have all these things that read it automatically. They're going to have a lot of stuff that feeds into their AI that pushes right back to me. So
It pushes back to you exactly. Don't put fake information, David. But make it all
there's
point right back to you.
no. No, I'm not gonna put fake information. I'll put everything that just points back to me, that if they need a subject matter expert in this, then I'm the only man in the world for you.
That's it.
All right. So we have got it to 10:03. We still haven't got to our topic. I just want to make sure, how many more news stories do we have?
Well, we have the donut update, but I don't think we need the donut update. It's a bad
All
one.
right. All right.
Let's we can
Well,
do
we're
that
getting
next time.
5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes of the donut. So that takes us to 10:09. No later than 10:10. So donut update, because we have been following this because we all think it's Boulder Dash.
All right. So for those who don't
How'd
know,
you like that
Donut
tie-in?
Labs claims they've created the first solid state battery. They claim it's a world-changing technology that essentially breaks every rule of thermodynamics there is, and it can hold like 100,000 charges, which is something like 200 years of charging every single day from 0 to full charge. It's apparently everything a battery you wish it could do, but no other battery can do, because again, physics. The first test was how fast the battery can charge, and it got pretty close, actually, surprisingly close. They said the battery can charge from 0 to 100% in under 5 minutes. Well, it got up to 80% in 4.5 minutes. The catch was that the heat produced, they actually had to stop the test once because it got too hot, and they had to rerun the test. And the heat got up to like what was it, 90 degrees Celsius, which was almost 200 degrees Fahrenheit, a very hot battery. I would call that problematic, especially when you have 1,000 of these things packed in underneath an EV. Test number 2 was a high performance test, a high temp performance test. If you heat this thing, so they basically heated up the ambient temperature around the battery to see if it could still function at high temperatures. It did, however, once the test got the battery up to 100 degrees Celsius, which again is over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, about almost 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The battery itself lost the vacuum seal. Some people think that's evidence
It
of the
v-
battery
it
swelling, which would
vented.
say, well, some people would say it leads because of venting, the battery swelling, which would say it can't be solid state if that's the case. Some people are saying Donut Labs is saying it's because the temperature actually caused the sealant they used on the packaging to melt. I don't know, but that's the facts are the facts. It did break its vacuum seal, so we don't really know why. Likely there was some sort of a actual swelling that took place.
Yeah.
Uh,
When we find out the chemicals between this and we talk about the electrolytes, it's what plants crave that are actually still in there. Yeah. Alan says complete boulder dash.
complete boulder, exactly.
It's complete.
And then test number 3 was just released this week because every week they've been releasing a new test result. Instead of just putting the thing out there so people it can change the world right away and that it instantly become a $1 trillion company, no, they'd rather slow trickle out the information. Makes way more sense. All right, so test number 3 was a test to see if the cell itself could hold a charge over a long period of time. Essentially, what this did was a lot of people said, okay, looking at the technology, they didn't create a battery; they created a supercapacitor. What this did was essentially say they didn't create a supercapacitor; they did create some sort of a battery because over 100 hours, the battery it lost a certain amount of charge just because of time, but that was only the first like 3 hours. After that, it maintained a steady charge for like the next almost 100 hours. So what
It
it
says
tells us
10
is
days here.
it's likely not a supercapacitor. It's likely some sort of a battery, but they're not talking about the chemistry, so we don't know. I still hold that it's likely uh, probably sodium titanium, but Alan's coming in with some good comments apparently. All right,
Yeah, it's good.
it's
So
what
he
planets
says
crave.
it's what plants crave. I didn't realize any other person in the world understood that reference. So I do talk about, a lot about batteries. I'm in a lot of meetings
You may or may not know a few things about
about this
batteries.
stuff.
Yeah,
And I'm in a meeting. I'm in Chicago, right? And I drop this line a lot. I'm like, hey, we have a positive side of the battery, your anode, your cathode, and so on and so forth, and we have a separator in between the batteries. And in order to get this through the Swiss cheese of the separator, we got to have some kind of medium to get through that, and that's where the batteries are filled with electrolytes. It's what plants crave. And I'm in Chicago, and I'm like, it's got electrolytes, and there's like three dudes in the room. They're like, it's what plants crave. And I stopped the meeting. I come down, I had the podium, all this stuff. I'm sitting there presenting, stop the meeting, go down. And I'm freaking got these guys in the middle of the room and I'm high-fiving them like, yes, that is why I have that in my presentations, because I
just for
need to
those
find
three
people
guys.
like you. Just for those guys. And now I do it. I see a couple people, they're not quite loud enough to speak out, but you see the smirk on their face when they're like, oh, dude, that's good.
That's awesome.
But I do drop a lot of movie quotes in my stuff though. But yes, Alan, you are not alone. The folks here at the Underdog Journey are big believers that everybody should be required to watch Idiocracy every November before they're eligible to go vote.
It should be mandatory viewing. Absolutely.
Mandatory viewing. Don't care RDI, don't care what it is. You should have to go watch that movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So this battery every week they've been coming out with these test results, just one small test at a time. They're not releasing all the information, which is what got me thinking about today's topic in the first place, which is brand reputation. Now, they
Really.
have all these huge, giant, outlandish claims about their battery technology. And they say it's ready for full production. They say it's less expensive to make than lithium ion batteries. It does everything you want a battery to do and more, but up till now, physics has not allowed for that. But again, if it was production ready and it was so inexpensive,
Why is it
why
not
wouldn't they
productive?
just?
Why is it
Why
not
is it
productive?
not everywhere? And why are they not instantly $1 trillion company? So it raises a
Yeah.
lot of questions about: are they actually producing this thing? Are they just biding their time? Are they trying to drum up interest to keep the conversation going to get more funding? But here's the problem: as far as brand reputation goes, for the rest of time, let's say hypothetically it does everything they say it can do. Let's say it's the best thing. It's going to change the world. But for the rest of time, they're always going to have the reputation of playing these silly games. And the next time they come out with some outlandish claim, a lot of people will jump on board and say, sure, they did this one thing, they can do it again. But a lot of people are going to be like, I don't know if I can trust them because they love to play these silly games. Um, so the next test result is going to be in 3 days, 10 hours, 48 minutes, and 41 seconds. We'll see what that test is. We don't know what the test is going to be, but I have a feeling they will never show us the results of a puncture test. Hopefully, I eat my words because I'd love to see that. But I have a feeling a puncture test is going to tell us exactly what's happening, and it's likely that they don't actually have a true solid state battery. Here's one of my theories. This is a little crazy theory.
Alan says sounds like a Ponzi scheme.
It really does, Alan. You're not wrong.
I
So
mean, at least the CEO has never been caught up in any other kind of fraudulent stuff in the past.
no, yeah, this is the guy who a couple of years ago came out and said that he had a different company at the time who created the very first AGI, artificial general intelligence. That means it has human level intelligence and independence. And he was getting trying to gain a huge amount of funding to continue that company, and slowly, silently, the company just went away. Nobody's really talking about it now, but I'm sure that's all just unrelated to
Water
any
under the
of this.
bridge.
Exactly.
Billions of waters of dollars and under the bridge.
Exactly. Um,
He says
but
there's
we'll
still
see.
time.
But we'll see where it
Hey,
goes. But
you know
let,
what?
let in today's topic.
Both of us are very happy to eat crow if we're wrong on this. Um,
I would
I
love it if
don't
it's
think
real.
we are.
I would
I
love it if
don't
it's
think
real.
we're wrong.
I don't think this team of 20 people is breaking the laws of physics in ways that other billion-dollar companies can't currently do.
So, I mean, solid state batteries are true. I mean, that's a real thing that actually
But they can't do
exists.
what they're claiming they can do here. That's
Yes,
the thing.
they
Solid state
cannot
batteries
get to
do
scale.
technically exist, but they can't do
Yeah.
this.
It's the same as some of these other technologies we've talked about where yes, you can get a positive voltage of 0.000001, but when you try to get to 0.00002, the whole thing starts to collapse and fall apart. So
Right.
I mean, don't be wrong. I mean, solid state batteries truly, I mean, they do exist. It's there. The technology is there, but not like this. Yeah, yeah. Alan even says it would be amazing if it were true. But hey, you know what? It's there. He says it says right there. I do not believe. Fair enough. Here you go. And I love all of the comments here about the Theranos and scams and all that stuff. I mean, that's good stuff in the background there.
But
But
again, it
tonight,
makes you wonder though, if they could do what they do, what they say they can do, why don't they just release it and
and they
instantly
say
become a
that
billion-dollar
it's
company
production
overnight?
ready,
Right.
and they say it's production ready. So,
Production
I
ready,
mean, I
direct
want to know
exclusive
what your
lithium-ion
amp
batteries,
power.
and they say there's no rare earth minerals in it.
Sure, sure,
How, I mean,
sure. It's fairy dust and rainbows.
so we'll
Just
see.
some fairy dust and rainbows.
But it led into the idea of brand reputation, which is today's topic,
Mhm. Yes.
because they are
It was
hurting
just
the reputation by all these
also,
weird games.
yeah, it was also last week's topic, but we got drunk and rambled on and never got to it.
We could have done that tonight
So
easily, by the way.
yeah, absolutely. We're already 15 or 5 minutes late after our self-imposed deadline. But yeah, so I mean, we've talked over the years about some pretty big people that have taken, one of the bullet points I believe was, years and years and years to build a brand reputation, a quality
Oh
brand
yeah,
reputation, and
it can
all
take
it takes
decades
is
and billions of
one
dollars.
one failed campaign for marketing, one CEO to say something stupid,
Mm-hmm.
um, a CEO to put the almighty dollar, I'm talking about you, Chapek, uh, and absolutely lose half of your company's value. I mean, there are people out there that have this again, this is we are not political on this show. It doesn't matter. Even if the topic is political, we are examining it from solely a business position, and that's
Right.
it.
We will probably bring up some
So
things that do have a political bend to them, but
yes,
we're not talking about the politics. We're talking about the business
the
decision.
business. We're talking about the business decision for it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I can boil down most of my comments to one one general saying is a company who loses sight of who their core customer
Mhm.
is the fastest way to lose value. If you decide to pivot from your core customer, everybody be drinking right now, right? Because I did say pivot. If you decide to pivot away from your core customer, don't be surprised when your core customer says, F you, we're
Oh,
out.
yeah.
And all of those, you don't alienate your core customer and keep them. It
Mhm.
doesn't happen. They go find something else. They go find someone there. So Alan hit one right on the nose. This is probably one of the biggest ones
Yep,
dollar
that
wise,
had the biggest blowback
and
out of
most
all of them.
public
Yeah.
was Bud Light. That was one marketing campaign,
One campaign
and they are
and a
still
tiny campaign also. They only
yeah,
they only
yeah,
they only spent $100,000 paying this influencer for that campaign. We're not going to get into what the campaign was. We're just going to say it was an influencer driven campaign. They paid this person
yeah,
$100,000 and they lost, I
and
mean, hundreds of millions of dollars in sales. And
yeah,
that's going to follow them for decades. They
and
lost
they're
lifetime customers forever.
I need to see real quick. Yeah, I haven't had a Bud Light since.
Yeah, it
Um,
benefited
but
Coors
not
greatly,
because of
right,
any
Ellen?
reason that I don't, not because of any political reason. I just don't want to reward somebody making such a monstrous, stupid business decision.
Yeah.
Um,
So again, we're staying out of politics, but Bud Light was synonymous with beer. It was like Coke and soda, or Coke and cola. You could order a Pepsi, but there are parts of the country where people don't even say
Pepsi, okay.
Coke, or people don't even say Pepsi.
So
They say I want a Coke.
the
That means any type of soda,
yeah, yeah,
but they ordered a Coke.
yeah, yeah. I order a Coke. When I live in New York, and it's a lot more Pepsi up here. Uh, but I still say I'll have a Coke. I'll just have a Coke, and they're like, "Oh, is Pepsi okay?" I'm like, "It doesn't matter. A cola.
It's a Coke.
Just give me a soda, man." So I
Yeah,
made the mistake. I was in. I think I've actually told the story before. I was in Washington D.C. and I used to be I used to just joke around with people. I was like, "I'll just have a sody water," and most people are like, "Oh, you want a Coke or a Pepsi?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever." So I'm in Washington D.C. and I'm like, "I'll have a sody water." And they bring me just straight soda water, and I have
carbonated
to
water.
choke this shit down
That's
like
awesome.
I ordered it on purpose. And they're like, "Oh, you want another?" I'm like, I'll have a Coca-Cola, please."
I'll have a
Like,
sody water,
bring
please.
bring
I
me a
actually
Coca-Cola.
like
And of course they
carbonated
look at me and
water.
go, "Pepsi, okay?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's really funny. But no, Bud, not necessarily Bud Light, but Bud in general was almost
Yeah.
that level. It was synonymous with beer, with
Yeah.
light beer anyway.
Yeah. So, the total loss was approximated at $1.4 billion dollars.
Wow. From a hundred
1
thousand
point
dollar campaign driven by, and here's the funny thing. So we'll actually go into some of the data and the actual topic, but since we're talking about this one specific campaign that lost this company tons of money, every single time when you look at these different campaigns, whether it's Bud Light, whether it's Jaguar, whether it's Cracker Barrel, behind every single one of these decisions is an executive who is out of touch with the core customers.
yeah.
Remember, Harley Davidson went through the same thing. Harley
With the
Davidson
D yeah,
lost lifetime
Harley
customers,
Davidson.
and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
saying
I mean,
something.
I know people who sold their bikes
Oh
over
yeah,
that. The Target, when Target put certain products in and kind of
right.
marketed towards something, this specific thing, and especially they targeted children,
Yeah,
um, the loss on it, their total
they're still suffering from it.
realized loss were between 10 to $15.7 billion.
Oh yeah, there are some people who will never
I
go
mean,
back because
yeah,
of those decisions.
I've been in twice. I won't go in, and when I go in, so I hate going there. I've been there twice. I went once with my daughter just a couple weeks ago, or last week maybe, um, just because she wanted to go, and I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, I'll walk around with you, and I'm trying to pretend like, hey, I'm not here. Don't look at me. Um, And one other time, because I was in a bind, I needed my phone's over there, my iPhone. I needed a case because they sent me in my work sent me a new iPhone, and I needed a case for it. So I ran in there to buy a case for my phone, and because I was went in there and I was heading straight to the airport. So it was kind of just on my way to the airport, and that was the only reason. And I went in there. I had a ball cap on that day, and I had that sucker pulled down tight. I was like flying to the back. Get this thing. Let me get the hell out of here. I don't want anybody to think I'm one of those people. And I'm gone. And we used to go. We'd do dinner. We go to dinner, and we'd be like, "Hey, let's just go walk around Target and shop."
Right. And now,
Or we'd
and that's
be
the
at dinner
thing.
at home, and we go.
Right. It was
And
just a place to
I
hang out.
hate going.
And
Yep.
Alan says know your customer. And behind every single one of these campaigns, again, politics
Yeah.
completely aside, behind every single one of these campaigns is an executive who was out of touch with the clientele, who just
Yep.
lost touch of who their core customer was. And that's one of the reasons, David,
Every
you and I talk so often about customer avatars.
Exactly. I was getting ready to say every executive, even I would go mid-level manager and up. Um, this doesn't count store managers, by the way. When I say mid-level managers, I mean corporate level, mid-level managers, and up. They should be put through the practice of customer avatars.
Yes.
They need to know who their customers are,
This should be
so
an
that
annual
when they
study for
have
every manager and
every
above,
big company, yep,
in
every
every
manager and
company
above,
annually. There should be
yeah,
like,
every
yeah,
And if you have a small company, you should also be doing that every single year. You should be
mhm.
looking back and seeing, I Wes is a huge fan of Venn diagrams. He really is. He truly is. He'll
I
admit.
love Venn diagrams and yellow school buses. I think I talk about it all the time.
Yes, I am the big fan of bell curves. So you got your Venn diagrams. I
Venn
love my
diagrams
bell
in box
curves, and I
one, I'm all about it. Let's
yes. So I love my bell curves because the bell curve tells you, the slice. If I slice my biggest core customers out, that gives me so much detail, so much
right.
information that allows me to say, can I get away with this or can I get away with that? Or when I say get away with, that's really a terrible way to say that. Can I bolt on this? Can I bolt on that? How can I expand that core customer spend with me?
Hmm.
Instead of trying to develop a whole new set of customers, I can just have my core customers spend more. Now, those adjacencies, I think we might have to drink for that. Those adjacencies are then
I'd
going
call
to
that a
expand
sidecar win.
themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, sidecar West. So I made that up. We'll go into that in a little bit. So those I almost said sidecars. Those adjacencies are going to expand themselves. So your bell curve, instead of being an up and straight, you're going to come up and you're going to have a longer peak,
You want to plateau
and then
that.
when you
Yeah.
come back down, and that's what you want to take that all the way up. And good callback on the sidecar win, man. That was hilarious. About 6 months of my life, that was a blast.
I've used that. I've used that. And I thought about you when I did.
So for those of you guys, because again, I love making fun of the the businessisms and the synergies and all that stuff. You guys don't have to drink for that one. That's us making fun of him. Um, I came up with this. I'm talking with Wes. I'm like, Wes, I'm gonna come up with a business term, and I'm just gonna make one up. Sidecar win. I'm gonna call it a sidecar win, and I'm gonna start using it where we lost the main thing, but we picked up this little part. So we're gonna take hey, there's somebody else got this, but we can still pick up this part over here. We're gonna call that a sidecar win, and I kept hammering it on for 6 months now. 6 months. That's a long time to run a joke, by the way.
That's
6
a long.
months
That's what they call the
of
long game, David.
of 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 using this term to see how many people. And I had people in meetings talking about, well, we picked up a 10% increase in our sidecar wins, and I about fucking lost it.
And somewhere there's an executive still using sidecar
Yes,
wins, and they have
they're
no idea where it came
still
from.
using sidecar wins. They have no idea that I made it. I completely made it up just to see how many people I could get using this thing. Oh, it was 6 months, man.
That's
Six
great.
months of just hammering that thing through. It was a glorious time. It was
That
a
is
glorious
awesome.
time. Now they got to pivot. You guys don't have to drink for that one. I will, but you guys
There
don't
you
have to.
go. All right. So
All right, let's get to the details.
Getting actually into the details of it. So, like you said, reputation's built slowly. A good reputation is built slowly. It can take decades and literally billions of dollars to build a good reputation for a brand. Brands do it all the time, but it can all be lost in a single campaign. So, the things that brands do when they develop this, they pay entire agencies billions of dollars. Without a joke, I've been involved in these conversations at big companies to work on a consistent brand voice. Because when you're speaking to your customers, you need a consistent brand voice. Delivering reliable products. That's part of the reputation. That's what the reason some brands work so hard to deliver consistency over time. Build success, David. Great T-shirt that we need to bring back. Um, but consistency over time. Look at brands like Bud Light. Their brewmasters are trained specifically to understand that flavor profile, and every single batch needs to have that exact same flavor over time because that consistency. Building an emotional connection with customers is not easy. You need that consistent voice. You need to understand your customer. And that's where a lot of the money goes. And then maintaining those practices over long periods of time, which is why you have brands like McDonald's, which is why you have brands like Walmart, which is why you have brands like Harley Davidson and Bud Light and Jaguar up until recently. They all had a consistent brand that was maintained over long periods of time. Generational brand that lasted multi generations. And guess what? A single campaign took down a number of those that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
That's how delicate it can be. Uh-oh. Well, are we taking votes here? E.H. Taylor versus
We're taking a poll. I think it was implied. But yeah, let's
Eagle
stop
Rare
the
or E.H.
podcast.
Taylor? What are we doing
It's
here?
like Eagle Rare or E.H. Taylor. I would love to say, hey, I can open up my cabinet, but I'd have to get up and I'd have to move
You
the
can't do
table
it.
here. It's a palather. I know it doesn't look like much here because all you guys see is a microphone, but I've got a computer here. I've got a monitor off of the tripod for the camera. I got the camera. I've got the table. I've got a light. I've got another light. I mean,
There's a lot of setup.
it's a palather when we get there's a palather to get up out of here. So we're gonna put it to the vote. The first one to chime in, Alan says Eagle Rare. Boom, problem solved.
There you go. Okay, Alan says Eagle Rare. He also said, "Love it, sidecar win. It's what we do at the craps table in Vegas."
Yes. So
I
hey,
do have to
West.
say,
By the way,
New York group. But before we get into that, the New York group, I
yeah.
will never hang out with them in Vegas as a group because I don't want to die of alcohol poisoning.
Now, that feeds into my next non-topic topic. Alan and I are planning a guys' getaway, so you will be invited to said thing. And Vegas is on the short list. We'll create a Teams chat and a Teams group. We'll get a meeting. We'll circle back to this when we have more bandwidth. Okay.
When we get the bandwidth, we'll circle back. Well, ping me when you get bandwidth, and we'll circle back.
Yeah, I'll ping you when you get bandwidth. Okay, the amount of drinking everybody has to do right now is insane.
Everybody finish your drink, whether you just poured or not.
Yes.
David.
Yeah, you just put. I love you, man.
Exactly.
So you're talking about these companies, and we've seen. Who's the most recent one? Was Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel is one of the ones that really pisses me off the most because Cracker Barrel was trying to.
Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No. I think you had it right. I think they had the data to do what they wanted to do. They could have spun off, and instead of cannibalizing on their own business, the putting it on the Venn, they didn't have much Venn overlap between customer that they have and customer that they were trying to target this new breed of customer, right? It was a very low overlap, and it hurts me that they did such a absolute terrible job that nobody was like, wait, we've got all of the market research and data for the past 50 mother effing years. How about we use that and we spin up a whole new business? We know all about the locations. We know, and I like the Burger King stance wherever there's a first watch. So Burger King, in case you guys don't know what I'm saying when I say the Burger King method, Burger King, instead of spending tons and billions and millions, well, not billions, but millions of dollars on market research to find out where to put a McDonald's, like McDonald's did, McDonald's spent all the money, put a McDonald's, and Burger King said, we're going to put one right next door. And that's how they say it. So when McDonald's bought a plot of land, Burger King bought one nearby, and then that's how they did it. So you have a First Watch, you have a Scrambler Marie's, you have a couple of these, you have a few of these places say, hey, that's the demographic that we're trying to find. Then you drop your restaurant in the middle of that. They had everything they needed to do what they wanted without pissing off all of their core customers. And it hurts me. That one hurts me probably more than any of them. Other people just made a huge misstep, but they didn't really they weren't trying to build another brand inside of it, or try to shift their customers that was making bukus of dollars. Bud Light, hey, all you guys need to do is go back in the early 90s and rerun the ads about the bitter beer face, because the people that was taking away your market share was shitty beer called IPAs. So all you had to do is start making IPAs look like shitty beer, and you got your money back. So you didn't have to do much. You already had the commercials. It was already built in. You were ready for it. But Cracker Barrel, man, come on. Oh, it hurts. It hurts
so much. It hurts so much for people like us who understand how this works.
Yeah,
because we know they had the data. We know they knew
every ounce of data
exactly
they had,
who their core customer was, and this one executive said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, this one executive
love us so much, it doesn't matter what we do.
This one CEO who has not done well at any job that they have had.
That's exactly it. So earlier, Alan said, "Take away their severance package." I don't disagree with that. I think so. We've seen the same thing with so many big brands that will take generations to recover, if ever at all. You got Cracker Barrel, you got Jaguar, you got Bud Light. Boy, McDonald's had a big misstep recently, but they'll recover. I think
McDonald's
human DNA found in all of their burgers. That's beside the point.
McDonald's I'm not going to go on that. They can sue you, not me.
You can look this up, by the way. This is a real thing. In McDonald's,
did you get it from AI?
This is a real thing. In food, in processed meat, there is a legally allowable amount of human DNA. It's 6% human DNA is allowed in processed meat. Now, look at how much processed meat McDonald's pushes out, and the fact that people, not just one person, not just some weird conspiracy nut, multiple people have taken their burgers, especially the McRib, in for DNA analysis.
Especially the McRib.
And they've found human DNA in every single one. Now, you put that out across the multiple, hundreds and maybe millions of tons of meat that these companies put out.
Billions and billions sold.
DNA. How many whole humans had to go in to actually make that amount of DNA detectable in this meat? I'm just saying. Anyway, now that we're going to be sued, David, go on with your point. Go ahead. Sorry.
So okay, I've got to do a sub point now, because humans do share a significant amount of DNA with a mushroom.
It's true. A significant amount of our DNA is identical to a banana. No, this is specifically identifiable human DNA. Look it up. It'll change I'm telling you.
Tomorrow's Friday, right?
Green again. You'll never eat Soylent Green again. Now, that being said, I do actually love the McRib. I love it because
I haven't had a McRib in probably 20 plus years.
Dude, it's one of my guilty pleasures. It tastes like humans, but it's delicious.
Really? It tastes. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Hang on.
Sir,
I think I missed something.
Sir, wait. This is like the people that are like, hey, if we're gonna lose people over this one. If we block illegals from voting, we're gonna lose 20 million people off of our voting registrations. You were like,
well, David, I was talking about cannibalism.
Just like
I wasn't even going political. Now, here's the funny thing. I was talking about cannibalism. You were talking about politics. Between the two of us,
I understand. That's what I'm saying. Well, I'm still saying that that you are similar to the people that are like, "Hey, we're cheating," and you're like, "Hey, I like eating people and know what they taste like."
I never said I liked eating people. I just said I like the McRib.
You said guilty pleasure. You said guilty pleasure, which would mean and insinuate in all legal terms that that is something that you like
Oh, by the
to
way,
do.
David, send me multiple pounds of beef jerky later. I ran out much sooner than I thought that I was going to. Like 3 people got that reference. I'll explain it to you after the show, David.
What?
Beef jerky. Look it up.
Okay. Okay. I thought it was a comment. I'm looking at the
I
genuinely
want to
comments
have
like,
a
what?
tinfoil hat that I put on at times like this. No.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
anyway,
yeah. Hecklefish. Hecklefish has his tinfoil hat.
I'm telling you.
And AJ will be like, oh, he's like hat, and he'll put the hat on the Hecklefish.
All right, we're off track here. We're off track here with the
Oh,
brand.
really? We're
brand
off track.
patriotism.
No, no.
Well, now I'm
So
hungry for
West
McRib and a
people,
Shamrock Shake.
Shamrock
combo,
Shake.
by the
I've
way.
never had one of those. I've never had one of those, by the way.
They're a little bit minty. I love it.
Well, I would hope so. It's a shame. I have so I don't know. There's this big guy. He's like 6'4" or something like that, 6'6". He's Irish, wicked bad accent. I sent him all the stuff over to you a lot because he talks about potatoes and how the potatoes will change your life, right? So he's just on and on about the potatoes. And so I sent him over to you because you're the only Irish Mick that I know, right? So I send you all these things, and he did a review the other day, and I wish I had it. I wish I had it handy. I wish. What's the guy's name or the girl's name or whoever it is that the podcast guy that you love, that you idolize. You have a picture of him naked in your bedroom.
Ro Jogan.
Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. What's the guy? What's the person who's always like, hey, pull this up? What's the name?
Joe Rogan's
Huh?
assistant.
Jamie.
Yes.
Yeah, Jamie. I wish I had a Jamie over there. It's like, hey, Jamie, pull this up. This guy, he reviews what Americans think about St. Patrick's Day, and he's going through. He's like, we don't fucking eat this. We don't fucking. He's just ripping apart the St. Patrick's Day. I think I might have said Valentine's Day.
They don't
Sorry,
drink
the
green
St.
beer
Patrick's Day
in
menus
Ireland?
of certain
I refuse
places.
to believe it.
Yeah, and then mint this or mint that. He's like, I guess it's because it's fucking green.
Because
He's funny. Yeah, I mean he's still whole, but he loves potatoes. Loves potatoes. He's like
Loves
freaking little
potatoes.
Samwise Gamgee over there.
He loves his taters.
Boil
Loves
them,
his
mash them,
taters,
stick them in a
Chris.
stew. Taters. We cannot make potatoes in any form in this house without somebody referencing that at all. It is impossible. It is impossible.
Right.
If you guys don't know what we're
Excellent.
talking about, you guys need to read
your life.
The Lord
You're
of the
missing
Rings,
out. Yeah.
and you need to read the Lord of the Rings 3 times. You know what? I had 4 fingers up 4 times, and then
Well,
watch
The
The Lord
Hobbit
of the Rings.
counts.
You need to
The
read it
Lord of the
first.
Rings. So you read the Lord of the Rings. It counts. The Hobbit counts.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm saying all the way through the whole series 4 times, including The Hobbit,
Read
and
all
then
4
watch the
books
movies.
3 times.
Yes, there's 5.
Read all 4.
You got to read
books.
You got to read the Silmarillion and then come explain it to me. Because damn,
I love the Silmarillion. I have a first edition print up there that Kirsten had before I met her, by the way, which is the core reason I married her.
Oh yeah,
and it's not for the lighthearted.
no. So my cousin Ricky, you met him. You guys argued. You guys argued quite well.
Have met Ricky. He may or may
You
not
guys
have
argued
some
quite well. It's
opinions
great.
on my business decisions.
That's all right. He's in banking. It doesn't matter. The bankers make the worst businessmen. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. I mean, have you ever met a businessman or a banker that turned into a businessman and was successful? No, you haven't.
Good point.
They're good as bankers. That's why I talk about when it was like, well, we have people that we call finance. I'm like, no. We call them accounting. Don't glorify them. They're accounting. But where the hell were we going with this? I gotta close the doors and walk backwards to remember what the hell we were talking about.
We were talking about Lord of the Rings, and somehow got on your cousin Ricky. The main topic is a mile back.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
thinking about
Oh no.
potatoes.
We got to hike.
Yeah.
We got to. Yeah. Is it the potatoes? I do like the potatoes. But no, there's. I got to walk my way back through this. Okay, we're gonna continue on, and my part of my brain's gonna come over here and do this and try to remember what the hell we were talking about. But there was a really good point. But yeah, let's carry on.
Yeah, our Venn diagram is so messed up right now. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So
There's no Venn diagram. This is an amoeba at best. This
So
is
we
all
talked about
kinds
the
of things.
we talked about the idea that our Venn amoeba. So we talked about the idea that
An amoeba.
one campaign can completely change everything. The idea that Budweiser, again, politics aside, spent $100,000 on a single
Bud.
campaign.
Bud.
All they had to do was recycle campaigns from 20 years ago. The nostalgia effect would have taken over. They would have
Would've taken
increased
over.
sales by as much as they've currently lost.
They
You-
so just to give a little run up, feedback to the run up, feedback to the run up. What they had seen was they had noticed that they became kind of stale, right? Their expansion became
They were trying
they
to gain new
restricted.
customers. I understand
They were trying to get new
what they were
customers,
thinking,
but yes,
but
that
you don't
we're just going to
sacrifice.
win these new customers, yeah,
What's the
and we're going to get all the new customers and not lose any of the old customers.
what is the old rhyme about friends who are silver versus friends who are gold? What is that thing?
There once was a
remember
man from Nantucket.
There once was a woman from Venus whose body was shaped like a, and then it went to commercial.
I
You
don't
get the
remember. It was.
reference?
I think it was. There once was a man from that went to Cancun, who took a young lesbian up to her room, where they argued all night as to who had the right to do what and how much and to whom.
All right. Oh, that's a good one, David. All right.
That's
So,
yeah. I learned that from a movie.
all right. So this is from Joseph Perry, apparently. Make new friends, but keep the old. Those are silver. These are gold. So this can apply directly back to Budweiser. Now, the executive, I forget her name. Nobody remembers her name because she is completely toxic now. But the idea is she was trying to win new customers. I understand that. I get that. She was trying to say, hey, we need to
Admirable goal.
infuse our customer base with new blood. The problem was she had certain ideological beliefs that didn't necessarily mesh with those of the existing customers. She was willing to sacrifice existing customers, existing friends, to bring in new ones. Here's the problem. The new customers that she wanted to bring in would never look at Bud Light as a viable daily drinking option. Never.
No.
They're
No.
not that demographic. They're not going to say, they're not going to be
No.
Bud drinkers. They're not walking around with flannel shirts with the arms cut off. They're just not. It's never going to happen.
I got a shirt that
So
says Merrick on the back of it.
Right. They're never going to wear a America shirt. So make new friends, but keep the old. Those are silver. These are gold. She was willing to sacrifice the gold to bring in the silver. And guess what? She sacrificed the gold. The silver didn't come along.
Gold.
The silver didn't come along, and they lost literally over $1 billion estimated. I think it's well over that.
$1.4 billion. Now that was during
probably closer to 2 because
that was 2023.
There are core customers who will never come back because guaranteed every single good old boys bar in backwoods of Kentucky or wherever you're thinking of. I don't know. I'm trying to think of this. There are places where when you order a Bud Light, people will still say, "Ooh, you're a fancy boy drinking Bud Light." It's I'm just making terrible.
I don't have any clue what that voice is, but you need to use it more often.
I should use that more often and drink the Bud Light with the fancy boys.
Oh, that's good stuff. So the way they look at it right here, it looks like they lost about $1.4 billion in 2023, and they are still 40% below pre-boycott sales right now.
It will take them a full generation to build that.
And I mean, they did that Shane Gillis
Mm-hmm.
They tried to get him to bring it back.
And
There's a
that's a
couple other
great
people they
campaign
tried
overall.
and they immediately tried to get the horses, the Clydesdales back in, and they
Mm-hmm.
tried the American Pride thing, is all this stuff. I'm sorry, you can't make that big of a mistake and just think oh, we're gonna erase the memory. No, everybody's gonna know you did that. Like,
Right.
no, I'm not interested. And
Right.
it's gonna be a
They
long time. Now,
literally
if somebody
lost
walks up to me and
lifetime
hands me
customers.
yeah, if somebody walks up and hands me if I go to a bro's house, right, and they hand me a Bud Light, I'm not gonna say a damn thing. I'm gonna drink it. That's a
Yeah.
beer somebody gave me,
I've
man.
I've drank Bud
I'm gonna
Light since
drink that.
then.
I'm gonna thank them very much.
I do
But
it
I'm
in
gonna
a
look at them
bubble
and go,
bath
"Oh,
with
you're a
surrounded by
fancy
candles.
boy."
I've done it in a bubble bath surrounded by candles with rose petals, calling myself a
Oh, yeah.
fancy boy. But I drank it.
Oh,
I didn't spit
man.
it out.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, you should never spit it out.
I shouldn't have said that. But the point is, it's a single campaign.
But you did.
Can re-
But you
can
did, and
reach.
you know what happens once you say it, once you get it out
It's
of the
on the
box,
internet forever.
it's on the internet forever. Moving on to Target. Target had a couple years, a
Yeah.
couple of decisions leading up to the big one.
Mm-hmm.
That they had some pushback. It's a pushback and then pushback, and then what they did and the products they kind of highlighted for a less than 0.01% of the population, um, pissed off the other 99 point, 9 of the population. Who are you catering to? Who are you catering
Right.
to? Now, Target could have said, "Hey, we're going to create a brand image online, a separate business, a separate entity that doesn't carry the Target name," and could have had all of these products
Oh
and
yeah.
all of the stuff and captured whatever they want to do or whatever they had in their mind. But that wasn't what they were after in this case. And it cost them, upwards of 15.7 billion.
Oh yeah.
$15.7 billion for that wild mistake.
So my company Flashpoint that we're launching. Um, I keep using a phrase repeatedly, and I think it works repeatedly. Is the idea of parallel paths? You
Yeah,
don't
that
need
is
to choose
hey, you know
one
what?
road and
Yes.
sacrifice this road because you really want this road. This road over here really works. It's great. You've been here. There's gold in them Nar Hills. You don't need to sacrifice this for this thing over here. You can have parallel paths. You can
I
go
mean,
north.
Led Zeppelin had it honed in. You can go down the one path, but there's still time to change the path you're on, man. I mean, you don't have to just pick one. You can do two things at the same time. It's perfectly okay.
I don't recall that Led Zeppelin song. I know,
That was in
she's fine
Stairway
with
to
Stairway
Heaven.
to Heaven.
Yeah, that was in Stairway to Heaven.
I gotta listen to the song again. I didn't realize the business implications of Stairway to Heaven. I gotta go back and listen to the song. I'm listening to it.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, I can turn anything into a lesson. I mean,
Fair
I'm
enough.
yeah, I can turn anything into a lesson. I mean, we've joked about Bob Chapek, or we love to call him Bob Paycheck
Bob
at
Paycheck, yeah.
Disney. All right, now this is huge. When you start compounding these mistakes, these alienation of core, these poor and bad business decisions on top of each other, Disney wiped out during his tenure approximately
Man.
165
Billion,
billion dollars
yeah.
of market capitalization. Um, and I mean, that's wow. I mean, that's
Laura Elias Black is
amazing. Wow.
going to bed. Good night, Laura.
Oh, I didn't know you were
Take
even
care.
watching. She didn't say hi. She
She
didn't say
didn't say
hi, baby
hello.
boy. So I didn't know she was there. Love you,
Yeah.
mom. Mwah.
But you're
Anyway,
right.
so yeah, $165 billion in market capitalization during Bob Chapek's term there. So, I mean, who's hiring this
I
guy
could
now? I
literally
mean,
talk
first
for
of all, he
hours
got his
about
golden
Disney's
parachute.
missteps. I could talk for
Oh
hours
yeah,
about Disney's missteps. But here's
yeah.
one that still really irks me. Jaguar.
Jag.
Now you think Cracker Barrel had their data together. Jaguar, Land Rover Jaguar had data out the wazoo and money to spare. They had the world on a string, and they could do anything they wanted to. Instead, they decided to completely destroy their brand with a few very poor choices, one terrible campaign. They said, and they're still on this path of completely shutting down their petrol car line to
Yep.
make room for their electric car line.
And
You're
they're
telling me
super
Jaguar
ridiculous
Land
high
Rover,
end.
you're telling me Land Rover Jaguar didn't have enough money
Yep.
to keep their current line, keep it good, keep their current brand equity, by the way, but we need to do a show on brand equity alone. Their current brand equity, and still
That would
put
be a
out a
great show,
decent
actually.
EV. They could have done both. Why not do
Yeah, they
both?
could have done both.
Why
So,
sacrifice something that's working for something that's unknown? Why?
we we showed that on this show, the 2025 Jaguar rebrand.
It's
Uh,
ugly as
it,
shit,
it,
by the way.
uh,
It's a bad looking
n-
car, man. It looks like a brick.
European sales, which is
Yes.
their core market, a 97.5% decline in sales
I think
in
they sold like
2020.
45 cars.
49 cars,
49 cars in the course of 12
49
months
cars
on an
in
entire
yeah,
continent. The entire continent of Europe.
yeah.
They sold
They had a
49 cars.
global sales drop of over 85%.
Unbelievable.
From 2018, because 2018, 2019, when we start looking at numbers, there's a group of smart people that know that there's an anomaly
Yeah.
between, if you take 2019 and you try to challenge it to 2020, 21, 22, 23, you're going to get skewed numbers.
Your data
So
might be fluctuating.
there's a handful of us people that, apply some what we call common sense to the equation and say, we're going to look at 2018,
You can't
possibly to
quite do year over
2019.
year.
Yeah, but we'll usually aggregate the two, 2018, 2019, and then we'll look at 2024, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll look at 2020 to 2023. Those years kind of drop them out. We're just going to jump up. There is a big spike there. We know
Yeah.
that there's something that connects 1 to 2, but we cannot challenge ourselves or look at the 2020 to 2023 years and go, hey, we need to function that this is the normal, because it wasn't. But
And here's the thing. Look, I don't
apparently you
think
have to
we've
have
ever
more than 3
fully
brain
recovered.
cells to do that.
I don't think we've ever fully
No, we haven't.
recovered from 2020. That's a show on its own.
Yeah.
Because we've
2020
never.
the 2020 what happened in 2020 led to what happened in 2021. And in 2020 we had the scandemic, and then from 20 and what happened in 21 was the artificial scarcity. And that is what, I mean, we blame a lot of politicians, because that's what we do, on pricing and things like that. But in reality, it was the world elites that planned the 2020. We're not getting
We
into
don't do politics
you
on
got
the show, by the way.
wait, no, I was looking for the tinfoil hat. Do we have the tinfoil? Can I get a tinfoil hat brought
I
into
want to
me?
keep a tinfoil hat over here so I can put it on
Yes.
anytime. I'm gonna get one.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, it was the world elites that did this, that led to that, which did all of this, and now here we are.
Because I kind of we're on the same page, but at the same time, I think you're joking but making fun of me. Anyway, all right. So I was actually having a very interesting but related conversation with my co-founder earlier today about
All right.
that I genuinely think we are about to step into, given the state of the economy, given the state of the market, world events. We're not getting into it. I think we're about to go into a 2008 level event as far as the economy goes. Now, that being the case, look at the massive companies that came out of 2008, the dip
Right.
in 2008. You had Uber, you had Instagram, you had some massively multi-billion-dollar companies come out of the dip of 2008. Buy low, sell high. When things are low, guess what? People innovate, people create, people decide the next thing that's going to change the world. I'm planning on Flashpoint being one of those things. So that's neither here nor there. But let's get into quickly the things that suffer when brands make this one poor choice of a bad business decision. So we look at Budweiser, we look at Jaguar, we look at Cracker Barrel. What happens systematically to erode the brand, right? Customer trust declines.
Eroding.
Erode. Customer trust
Uh,
declines. And in some cases, it can never be recovered. Revenue
Bruce Almighty.
and market value. Revenue and market value, man. That's the first thing people look at. Once that begins to happen, guess what? Employee morale. Employee morale makes a big difference too. Once your
Oh, yeah.
employees start to see a sinking ship, what's the first thing with the sinking ship? The rats jump ship, man.
Oh, the raps on ship. Yeah. I mean, they drown at sea
Employee
typically,
morale
but they
suffers.
jump ship. They jump ship. Yeah.
And then recovery from that can take years. Again, Budweiser will never regain lifelong customers. Harley Davidson, because they had one
Okay.
activist
There's
executive, will never
yeah.
regain those
So
lifelong
Bud Light.
Harley. Go ahead.
I could recover. I could recover Bud Light. I could recover Bud Light.
How would you do? What's your
But
strategy?
I can't say it out loud. But actually, I can.
Is it the
Um,
Pizza Hut strategy?
it is absolutely not the Pizza Hut. The Pizza Hut thing is stands alone, and that is absolute
Sorry.
marketing
For those who don't
and
know, we'll
development
do a show on the Pizza Hut thing.
genius.
It's one of David's top
Is
secret things we can't talk about until it's ready.
it is yeah. I mean, until Pizza Hut says, "Hey, I'm going to come pay you a lot of money to run this," and then I'll do that. Then I'll let you guys know
As
because you guys will be watching it
CIO
on
of
TV.
Flashpoint Safety Systems, David, I think you're going to hold some weight to go to Pizza Hut and say, let's talk.
He's West is hell bent and determined to be able to hire me on at one point, but we'll see how that goes. But so if Bud Light and hey, if the people at InBev are watching right now, you want to recover, you have to go on the attack. You have to go on the attack. You're not going to like what you have to do. It's going to suck. You're going to have people in an uproar, but you are actually going to energize your base and they're going to rally to you.
Right.
You will never do it. You will never do it. And please prove me wrong. But you could actually recover, and you could recover this year. And not only could you recover, if you tag that on with a great promotion to the Bitter Beer Face, which I think might have been one of the other beer brands at the time, but you could capture that back
it was
and
Budweiser. I remember that campaign.
with the Bitter Beer Face stuff. I mean, you can get back who you had, win a little more with just that because they're going to be energized and they're going to drink a lot more of your stuff, just to prove that they're back. And as you launch into this attack on the Bitter Beer Face and hey, Mr. Bar owner who has 7 IPAs, that's great. Steve over there with his man bun, he drank a whole 20-ounce IPA in 3 hours. Dave, this fat ass right here, will drink 3 liters of freaking Hefeweizen beer or a good lager in a single hour. Who do you think you're going to make more money from? Okay, put 1 tap of your rotating shitty beer out there, and then let's get good beer in for the rest. All right, so there's stuff to be done. You'll never do it. You don't have the balls to, but you could do it. You could win them back.
Yeah,
you just don't have the backbone.
David. You lured me in like the easy fish that I am.
The easy fish. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh, heckle fish over there. We're going to
forego the rest of the agenda because, David, I can do an entire
what you don't understand
show.
is.
No, what you do understand, because you lured me in, you dick. I can do an entire show on how to bring back Budweiser. And here's how you do it.
Here's how you do. Here, hey,
Here's how
you
you
can
do
listen.
it.
This is free advice. You guys, you should be listening and watching right now. Here's the advice. Let's go. I've already given you
Here's
part
how
of it. Wes is
Budweiser
giving you the rest.
re-wins the entire market. First, the first step doesn't cost them a penny. Doesn't cost them a penny. The nostalgia market. They run an entire 12 months, a whole year of campaigns of going back from the early 80s all the way up through current of old campaigns, rerunning old commercials. Don't change a thing. Bitter Beer Face, don't shoot a new frame of film. Use the exact same campaign. The
Absolutely.
Budweiser
I remember that.
frogs.
I remember that image of the
Right.
bitter beer face vividly to this day. And the
David, you and I
Budweiser
have been
frogs
talking for years.
and Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah. Spuds McKenzie, dude. Is Spuds McKenzie himself? I don't know if you know Futurama.
I know he died in electrocution, but yeah.
Futurama it was an amazing show, but they themselves had multiple episodes dedicated to a Spuds McKenzie sort of knockoff. But like people know Spuds McKenzie so much, it's intrinsic in just the world. People know it in
Yeah,
American
they may not
culture.
even know about
People
the
know
beer. They may not even know about
Spuds
the beer, but they
McKenzie.
know Spuds McKenzie. Yeah.
Right. Early what's her face? The lady from Baywatch. Boobs McGee. They know Boobs McGee.
Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson. She got her start as a Budweiser model.
Wasn't she on Tool Time with
She was also in the Tim Allen
Home
TV
Improvement?
show, Home Improvement.
Yeah.
That's right. So bring back all those old campaigns. Run an entire year, even 2 years, 24 months of these old campaigns. Nostalgia. David, you and I talk about a lot about nostalgia.
We've talked
We
about
could
this
talk
a
about
lot.
MySpace all day long.
Nostalgia can sell. I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked about MySpace. We've talked about
Sure.
Pizza Hut. We've actually talked about the beer brands. We've talked about probably 3 or 4 other things out there, other companies out there that could highly capitalize on that nostalgia segment that the vast majority of people, and to be honest, I haven't seen anybody really capture it. You know what? I'm gonna go way off the rails here, and I'm gonna tell you who is capturing it. Hollister, the clothing brand Hollister. If you walk into oh yes, if I walk into Hollister
I've
right
never
now
been in a
today,
Hollister store.
I take my wife. I'm not going to give her age on the internet. I take my wife to Hollister today. It's the same clothes that she wore when she was 18, 19, 20 years old.
I get it.
And they have cashed in because her eyes light up, and we spend a significant amount of more money there than we have the past 10, 15 years.
Sure.
Maybe 20 years. But it's been a long time. And there are outfits in there that I know. I'm like, you wore that.
Right.
That exact outfit. And they understood. They're like, it's coming back around. These people are here. We're going to go get them. And they did. Right. Great job, Hollister. Great job.
So now the nostalgia part is step 1.
Back to Bud Light. What's step number 2? We're talking about the nostalgia. Go ahead.
Nostalgia is step 1. Doesn't cost them a penny. Guess what? They got at least 24 months of campaigns out of that. Now, we can get into step 2. Step 2 is something they build up early and building into. You mentioned creating something new at the same time as not sacrificing the old. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it correctly. And the playbook has already been written by someone else. You just need to put your ego aside and adopt what's already happened and happened very successfully.
There's a saying called "There's nothing new under the sun."
Right.
Ego should not be anywhere in your business decisions.
Right.
Ego doesn't have a place.
Right.
If you think you're being innovative, there is nothing new under the sun. You think you're coming out with something new because you put the flippin' term AI on it. There is still nothing new under the sun.
Right. Here's step two.
All right, go ahead.
It's
Step
already been
step
done.
2.
It's already been proven to be wildly successful. David, do you remember how?
I'm David.
Do you remember how Red Bull and Monster both made their starts from nothing? The first thing they did was they went to concerts, big events.
Yeah, we talked about this. We
They
talked
went
about
to
this. Was it
concerts
last week or the week
and
before?
really, yeah, last week or the week before. Concerts and really big events. They left empty cans, filled trash cans full of Red Bull cans and Monster cans, because other people would see these cans of this. Who is Monster? What is Monster Energy? What is Red Bull? What is that? They would fill these spaces. They would litter. They would throw cans everywhere, just randomly out into a field of this concert. And people would see this brand just everywhere. And people would say, oh, Monster, I got to get one of those. Red Bull, I got to get one of those. Guess what? Budweiser. Oh, a Budweiser. Shit, I could. Man, that's refreshing. I could go for one of those. You telling me Budweiser couldn't benefit from that sort of exposure? It will work. Now, that's stage 2. Stage 3, we're taking one step up to something that's already worked. The playbook is already written. We're just copying it over to Budweiser.
Okay. All right.
Do you know where I'm going? You don't know where I'm going. Here's where I'm
I
going.
don't. I actually. I don't know where you're going.
A brand,
but I'll be there the moment you start talking.
A brand that had a fireworks level rise, and unfortunately a relatively pathetic end because they didn't continue the rise. What Brewdog did. What Brewdog did. Now, what did Brewdog do before they were big? Guess what? They were a microbrewery in Scotland. Don't go that way, Budweiser. But they got a TV show of the two founders, and they called the TV show Brewdog. And it was on the Esquire network. And it was these two super cool Scottish guys going around the world making micro brews dedicated to specific areas around the country, specific big, cool cities around the country. And each city got their own unique brew. And they showed how it was made and the local ingredients and the stuff they did to make it and how it related to the local culture. And this was one of the my current wife and I, we did not miss an episode of the show. We loved this show so much. And it was so popular. This was the one show that kept Esquire Network alive for years, almost a decade. And if Budweiser did something similar, had a brewmaster come out, a cool camera-ready brewmaster come out, go city to city in these high visible areas
That'd be
and
good.
say, hey, we're going to make a
All these
dedicated
places
brew
that
for
are
your city.
IPA heavy. Yeah.
We're not
If
doing
you go to a place,
IPAs.
you go to a place
We're
that's
doing
IPA.
a Boston,
Well, no, I'm
traditional
saying.
Boston recipe.
Yeah,
We're doing
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
traditional-
saying. You go to these IPA heavy places because that's where the focus of the microbreweries are, because they're still because they still think, oh, I can have an infected beer. I just add more hops to it. It's fine. But go ahead.
But and you know what? That TV show was amazing for Brewdog, and that was one of the main reasons for their meteoric rise. Was the fact that this TV show gave them the visibility. Budweiser can do that.
Could you imagine what would happen to a local brewery if they hosted a brewmeister from Budweiser?
Mm-hmm.
And a brewmaster from Budweiser brewed a locally, I want to use the word focused or flavored here, and I'm not really sure which one's best, but I'm gonna go locally flavored beer because the flavor profile is going to matter more to the locals. If you focus on the locals, you can completely miss, but if you hit the flavor, I think you'd be fine. So if you had a local flavor, that microbrewery or that mini brew, that place is going to be meteoric. Okay, they're going to be hammered for months and months on end. So great job for them. Good boost for them. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing publicity for InBev. Amazing publicity for InBev. I mean, there's no there's very low downside on that. You got some minor production costs. You got, and when I say minor, I mean we probably have enough technology between the two of us to execute said production. Um, not us two. Do not call us. We're not going to do this because we don't edit videos. That's why we do this stuff live.
Right.
We are lazy. We are lazy. let's
So-
let's just throw that out there.
Well, so I've actually thought about this.
All right.
I've genuinely put some
Clearly.
effort and thought into this. Think about this. If Budweiser, this not even micro, very extreme macro brewery company, sponsored this TV show, it was a contest TV show, a whole season. Each episode was dedicated to a micro brewer, not a microbrewery, but an individual microbrewer, and their recipe, their process, what they did. Each episode talked about this beer they were making that was dedicated to their area, all around the country or even the world. And at the end, the last couple episodes were dedicated to these different brewers going up against each other. And at the end, this brewer not only won a prize, but also their beer was nationally released.
That would be awesome.
Tell me people wouldn't go out and just
That
sell
would
this
be
out
absolutely
immediately.
freaking awesome.
Immediately sold out. So I'm going to tell you something. So David,
David.
Brewdog,
I'm David.
Brewdog put out their TV show on Esquire Network called Brewdog, where they travel around the world and the U.S. in a lot of cases, and they dedicated a beer to that specific area. It's funny because a couple of years before that, I don't know if you know the brewery called Dogfish Head.
Oh yeah, I know Dogfish Head. Yeah.
Dogfish Head. They had a TV show on Discovery Network called Brewmasters. And they did exactly the same thing, only it was specifically for Dogfish Head. And it was such a successful TV show. People loved their beer so much. They did exactly the same thing Brewdogs did. But guess what? The Discovery Network had lawsuits out the wazoo from specifically, guess who? InBev. InBev sued the Discovery Network to remove this TV show from their network and their streaming services because they called it free advertising for this brewery, and they called it something about unfair advertising for a competitor. So now, guess what? You can't stream Brewmasters anywhere. You might be able to find the DVDs on Amazon, but you can't buy them from Discovery.
Okay. So everything that's on the internet has ever been on the internet is still available. Okay. There's never been
You can
anything
still
gone.
find them. You can still find them. You got to look though.
I will find
Most
them.
people don't
I will
know this
host them.
exists.
I will host them. And InBev, come at me.
Yeah. So
That's
so
an invitation. Come at me.
The founder of Brewdog is
Come
actually a
at me.
pretty cool
I will
guy.
I will create a whole show based upon my legal battles with you that will generate me revenue and make you look worse, and the billions that you will lose in the effort will absolutely be nothing compared to me. I'm done. So yeah,
The founder
come at me, bro.
the
Come
founder
at me,
of
bro.
Dogfish Head, his name is Sam Calagione, something like that.
Calagione.
It's Calagione. All right.
It's Italian.
You know
You
him.
got to do
Okay.
this.
Calagione.
No, I have no idea. Yeah, the Calagione. He likes the prosciutto.
Calagione. He likes the prosciutto. Not prosciutto, prosciutto. All right, I saw
Yeah, the mozzarella. The mozzarella. I'm sorry.
Mozzarella.
I had the A in there. That's not right.
I saw Sopranos too. I know, but
I have not even gotten to season 1 yet on Sopranos. I bought it. I still haven't made it through season 1, but I've got a buddy, one of the goalie dads Uniteds from Jersey. So I sent him all kinds of, I would say, relatively insensitive videos, kind of poking fun at that.
It's a good show. I recommend it. I think it's it's the first of what modern non-episodic episodic television has become. So it's a little bit like not quite what we see today, but it's good for early stage. Anyway, so Sam Calagione, uh, he's a super cool guy. I'd love to talk to him in person. He loves APIs, so I don't think we have a lot relatively in common for beers. IPAs,
Wait,
rather, I said APIs.
it's
Bring
like,
things
wait a
up to
minute,
units.
API. I'm like, wait a
IPAs.
minute, are you?
I,
I'm like, wait, are you trying to hook something in to do
because I'm a
some
big
some,
nerd.
some back
I'm thinking
end
about
hooks? I'm like,
APIs. He and
oh
I
my
would
lord,
actually have a lot in common with APIs, but not IPAs.
there's
He
like
loves it. He loves
seven,
IPAs.
seven, seven of our viewers worldwide just got what we laughed about. Like,
We
oh, he
we
said
we have a
APIs.
new T-shirt: API versus IPA.
Yeah, IPAs. Yeah, APIs versus IPAs.
All right,
How
so
many IPAs can you drink before you lose the ability to create
an API.
APIs? They
So
create a hook to pull that API into this. I love it. I love to say this. Can we hook that API into the back end? I love saying that. I love doing it
and
because
every single
it's
call there's
technically
some nerd who says
technically correct.
you made more
It's
work for me.
technically correct, but the yeah, when I get IT on the phone, I love when I get IT, I'm having
Can
a
you
lot
hook
of
that
meetings with
API?
IT. And so I was like, can you hook that API and put it in the back end? And the managers are like, oh yeah, we could probably do that. And
And the
the
guys
technical
who
people
do
are
the
like,
work are
that
like,
son of a bitch.
you made so much more work for me than needed to be
Yes,
to exist.
yes, I love it. I absolutely
Hook your own
absolutely
API,
love
you
it.
dick. All right, so
Yeah, hook your own API.
so stage
Oh,
three.
that's a t-shirt right there. The IT people, hook your own API, damn it.
Hook, and it's
That's
like
a
a fish on
t-shirt.
a hook. We'll bring in
Yes.
Shannon
Like,
Black as our yeah.
yeah, you get seven. I mean, you might sell seven of them worldwide, but they're going to be really
Those
funny for the
7
other
guys
10
are gonna be
people who
like
recognize
those
it.
7 guys. Whenever they overlap in real life, are like, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So they're gonna be insta bros,
yes.
right? You ever meet somebody out there? You ever meet somebody pass by? They're wearing something, they say something, they do something, and you're like, that's my bro right there.
That's my
That's
best
that's
friend. I
it's
don't even
it,
know him.
that's my insta bro right there. So I do that. I do it's like at cigar lounges and well, actually, to be honest, anywhere. And I'm like, oh yeah, you did we just become best friends? All right, let's make this happen. Let's go.
All right, you
Are we
convinced
drinking
me.
later?
I'm gonna
We're
make a
drinking
hook
later.
your own API T-shirt. We're gonna make it
Hook
happen.
your own API. Yeah, I love it. Make it happen. We'll put it on the website.
All right, so I should make more work for myself. Shit. All right, so stage 3, and yes, I said 3
Stage
like this
3.
because I'm a prick. Stage 3.
I say it like this because I watched Inglorious Bastards and I don't want to be shot by a German.
Fair enough. We're watching Peaky Blinders right now.
I've just started watching it. I've literally just started watching it. I think I
Good
might be
show.
in episode like 3, maybe episode 3.
It's a good show.
So far, so good. So far, so good. So far, I'm enjoying it.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around somebody as skinny as Cillian Murphy being a badass, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
Sometimes it's not
He's
about
a
who
great
you are;
actor.
it's who you
He's a
know.
great actor, but he weighs like
Yes.
95 pounds.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he needs to. So I would look at him and go, "Yeah, vegetarian."
Like physically, I'm more intimidating than Cillian Murphy, and that's not saying much.
That is not saying much. I, on the other hand, apparently am relatively physically intimidating because we had Mike out here, one of the other guys from the Goalie Dads, ready to pick a fight on a soccer field that I'm sitting at, and I had to break it to him like, dude, I didn't know anything was happening. He's like, I was right above you. I knew you had my back. I'm like, yeah, but I'd have been like 3, 4, 5 seconds back because I didn't know you'd have been on the ground before
Well,
I knew
David,
anything was happening.
it's because you're built like Wreck-It Ralph. So, like, literally all you have to do is walk up and be like, I'm gonna wreck it, and like people are gonna be like, all right, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah, he's gonna wreck it. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, you see those hands? Look at those hands. Look at that. You want to be hit by that? I don't think you want
Those
to.
are the definition of meat hooks. All right, so stage
Hook
3.
your own damn API.
Like your own API. Yeah. So stage 3
Oh,
is they need to do a Brewdog's level engagement, which is TV, social media. Get people engaged with a couple core faces of the brand as they build unique flavors for the brand. And this can be tied into stage 2, which is, again, going back to the individual flavors of the customer, of the core customer as they build something up.
and you can wear a necklace with a big ass clock on it, with like flavor.
Now, I'm not going Flava Flav level, but they can. If if they implemented our technique today, the first 24 months wouldn't
Your
cost them a penny.
technique, your technique,
Fine, my technique.
uh,
Fine, my technique
your
wouldn't cost them a
technique,
penny
your
for the
technique
first 24 months.
is Miyagi Do, and I am Cobra Kai. Right? I mean,
But
that's
guess
how
what?
this breaks down. I'm saying
Well,
let's go on
sure.
the attack.
I saw the TV show Cobra Kai, and look, I think AI is a fine writer. I don't recommend it, but it's fine. It's okay. So look,
Hey,
the
Cobra Kai
first.
won.
I mean, it, I mean,
And the
I
Sekai
didn't
Taikai or whatever the hell that
I
was.
didn't
We-
take my estrogen shots during the time that I was watching Cobra Kai, but it seemed like it worked out fine. Look, first again, stage 1,
Actually, even that show. So on that note, to
so
what I was
bad.
saying, hey, go on the
The
attack.
last season was awful, by the way.
No, no, I'm talking about I'm talking about literally straight up episode. Yeah, it had some problems, but literally episode 1 with all the stuff that Johnny Lawrence that did. He was the quintessential man, the man's man. Oh, you got asthma, you got documented asthma. That's bullshit. That's fake. Freaking toughen up. Don't be a bitch.
I agree
Kind of
with
thing
that.
to it.
I agree
So I
with that.
mean, there is a desperate need for that, and that's where I'm coming from. It's like, hey, you know what? You can so West Plan here is great. We're talking 24, 36 months. I'm saying we're at the end. So even before you get implemented, you're gonna be at the end of Q1. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have you captured and back on top by the end of this year. In 3 quarters, I'll have you back on top. But you have to go. And so West is saying, hey, no investment. You're going to recycle all these things, all this stuff. I'm saying, screw that. You're going to spend a lot of money. You're going to piss off a lot of people, but we're going to be back on top by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So they're not going to listen to either one of us, and they're going to,
Well,
try to
and that's
efficiency their way
just
out
it.
of
So they're not going
everything.
to listen to either one of us. But here's what we need to remember: is the idea that the the idea that they're not going to listen to either one of us, but they would rather continue down a failed path than to just admit that you can do something,
They screwed
that you
up.
can get back, that
Yeah,
you
they
screwed up.
screwed up.
Not a
So
single
it
time
is
has
it's Disney.
has any of these brands admitted that they did something wrong. And I'm not even saying
Let's
this from
take.
a political
Oh, no.
perspective.
Okay,
Admit
so
that
let's
you
go
were
back.
wrong from a customer perspective.
We're going to go way back, and we're going to dust off pizza. Right? We've talked about pizza tonight. We're going to dust
Right.
off pizza.
All right.
Domino's. Domino's is one of those
Ooh.
rare. Okay,
Oh,
so Domino's
Domino's.
is one of those
Yeah, okay.
rare
Sure.
companies that it literally came out and said, we tried to cut these corners. We listened to the efficiency people,
Mhm.
and my book is forthcoming.
Mhm.
I will probably have out. I will probably have demos or pre-editorial versions out for a certain select few people to read and give me feedback. Probably within the next 3 months.
Mhm.
So it's coming out, this attack. So they basically came out and admitted that they fell victim to this. We're going to be efficient. We're going to be efficient. We're going to be efficient. And they put the blinders on. They came out and admitted to that and took a huge hit. Now we're talking, this is 10, maybe, no, 10 years ago, maybe stretch maybe to 15, but it's not quite 15, 10 years ago. And they're market capturing their market capitalization between the time that they admitted that to where they are even today has
Right.
grown amazingly. Now, national chain pizza places aren't doing the greatest. They need to really leverage the value that they have, and they're not. But Domino's is one of those few people, and this is why, I mean, a freaking pizza place of all the places we talk about that has came out and actually said, we fucked up.
Right.
We apologize and we're going to make it right. And their marketing campaign on that was absolutely, it was textbook.
Right.
I know people teach this is how bad academia is, okay, because they're still teaching Kodak, they're still teaching Xerox, and these companies are irrelevant today. They have zero relevance in anything today. But the business leaders or the high-end business schools are still teaching those types of tactics in 2026.
Oh yeah.
They
Oh,
should
yeah.
be teaching Domino's.
And Domino's, it can still make a massive comeback, a bit above other brands who've eclipsed them by now, like Papa John's and Little Caesars and Domino's.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
David,
Little Caesars has a spot.
you had mentioned a strategy that you have in mind. I'm not going to go into what those details are. I laughed. I literally laughed at your ideas
Laughed.
until I thought about it a little
Laughed.
deeper. And after seeing another sort of jokey brand, well, it can
Example,
be a
yeah.
brand. Example.
Example of example.
That can be applied to a brand. So here's an example. Let's say hypothetically, Domino's
Hypothetically.
created an online series of short 5 to 10 minute videos, 3 to 10 minute videos. Yeah. Office style, cost them next to nothing, but actually funny writing. They can win back the entire Pizza Wars thing that they've lost over recent decades. And here's what won me back. Do you know the online character named Chit? Chit.
No.
I saw this guy's videos.
I don't know. I don't know Chit.
And I can't stop watching them, David.
Okay.
If Domino's did an online series, office style, cost them next to nothing, written well, funny, and not afraid to just take chances, like these Chit shows, it would win back everything. Check this out. This is hilarious. Hang on. I got to turn the audio back on.
Chit Show YouTube, right?
I don't. So this is one of the. I think this is one of the the channels that copies the stuff. I don't know the actual original where this originated.
All right.
Shit, what was that?
So
is there a black person here?
What did you just say?
Oh yeah, black person. Oh yeah, I've seen this.
You seen this guy?
Oh yeah, I've seen this actual clip. Black person here. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Do you have a question?
Yeah. Is there a black person here?
Chit, why are you asking that?
Janice said there was one in here. Came to check.
There's a white person here too.
Well, I don't need one of those.
Chit, please stop what you're doing.
What's the big deal? I'm just trying to find the black person here.
Well, you found her. Okay, you got her today. Okay, let me see. Let me set my sparkling down.
Oh, here it is. Got it.
Chit, are you saying is there a black purse in here?
Yeah. Success. I like your haircut, Linda.
Thank you, Chit.
Domino's corporate.
Oh, I love it.
If this was a Domino's corporate series, they put out one of these a week. It cost them next to nothing. Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
Yeah, your studio layout is next to nothing. You could even go to an old abandoned Domino's even and
they could film it with
do your whole filming there.
They could film it with him.
You could. You get employees and they would love it. Okay, first of all, the employees would absolutely love it. There's going to be a handful of
They
them like,
would
oh,
love it.
let me fly out to corporate. We're going to fly out to corporate. We're going to do this. I'm going to be part of the Chit series or whatever. The Noid. We'll call it the Noid series.
The Noid.
And yeah, they would be,
dude.
It would be
An
great.
actual guy dressed up like the Noid.
Oh
Would
yeah,
be hilarious. I'd watch that.
oh yeah, I would. It'd be great. And this kind of falls along the Pizza Hut thing, not in the in-depth thing. Pizza Hut, you really need to reach out to me. Like
We're talking about it right now, man.
badly need to reach out to me. I've got you. Right now, everybody out pizzas the Hut. We can get you back on top. We can do
The
it.
simple
Let's make it happen.
fact that there is about to be a sequel to Spaceballs, and Pizza Hut isn't all over this thing is
Yeah.
a big mistake.
So yeah, if
Big
pizza
mistake.
and that's all right. I got to find out here. I'm gonna use the Googles. I got to open a new tab because I had to find I had to
Guaranteed
search
Pizza
the
Hut
chip.
is probably
I had to check the
non-existent
chip.
in this new campaign.
Is Pizza Hut involved in the new
I'm going to say zero
Spaceballs?
involvement. I'm going to say zero involvement.
Based upon available information, there is no official confirmation that the fast food chain Pizza Hut is involved in the upcoming Spaceball sequel.
Nope.
Speculation appears centered around the Reddit post regarding the character Pizza the Hut, character famous parody in the chain original 1987 film.
No.
It is my daughter's favorite movie.
I wish Spaceballs was my kid's favorite movie. David, from before the time that I had kids, one of my lifetime dreams, and I tell my kids this, I tell my son, who's 10 years old, I'm disappointed in him because of this. One of my lifetime dreams is that I desperately want to be called to the principal's office. Specifically because my son, in the middle of class, says, I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
I knew it. Your kids go to like a Catholic school now, so
They
that'd be even
do.
better, actually.
That
To
would
be honest, that would be even better.
That's my dream. And I tell my son
Dream, yes.
almost daily, I'm disappointed in him from a fatherly
Jiminy
level.
Christmas. He probably blushes when you say the word assholes. He's probably
the
like,
nicest,
Father.
sweetest kid.
Oh, he is.
He's practically
Yes.
Mennonite. Yes.
Mennonite.
The
He's-
second I see him walking around with a straw hat, it's over. I know.
I'm straight buying him a straw hat now.
He would
Oh,
love
I'm
it.
buying him a straw hat.
He will love it.
I'm going to buy him a straw hat. And instead of like, so I've got, I don't know it's straw. I've got a hat hang up over here. Hat hung up over here.
Hat hanging.
Oh, dude. What's the pipe? What's the pipe? Oh, it's Church Morgan? Church Warden?
The clay pipe, the church warden's clay pipe from Keen's Steakhouse.
Church Warden. Okay, so you guys don't see it here. You guys from here,
Are we
okay?
talking about this
But
beautiful specimen.
yes, okay. So I cannot tell you the number. So in my workspace is right over there. You guys can't see it, but it's right over there.
Yeah.
And that camera has a whole. I mean, that holds a whole kind of a different view. It sees the guitars and stuff, but it also sees this custom painting from Angela Hard. It sees my my cigar smoking kind of cabrera hat, and I've got a lovely painting underneath it, and I've got another I've got the clay pipe, I've got the Church Morgan pipe, and I've got some other art stuff, and I got my whiskey and the cigar humidors and everything's over here. So you guys don't get to see that, but the people when I'm on business meetings, they get to see that.
Yeah.
And the number of people that straight call out that pipe because it's hung on the wall. It's hung on the wall right over here. The number of people that call out that pipe, like, is that a Church Morgan pipe? And I'm like,
They
Church
actually
Morgan,
say Church Warden?
Warder. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
I love
I'm not really sure what the name is, but yeah, that's one of the ones. I got that from Keen's Steakhouse down in New York City, and blah, 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 blah. They're like, oh yeah, with the big collection. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's what it is. And just yesterday, I had somebody go, is that a Hobbit pipe? And I'm like, no, but you and I are now
Sort
cool
of.
friends, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, Bilbo Baggins, that's Gandalf's pipe.
But I do want to be best friends with people who say it's a church warden pipe because they know their terminology, and I am all
Yeah.
about that.
I have them, and they're in my meetings and whatnot. I talk to them clear across this country. Yesterday was Las Vegas,
Okay. Oh,
or
nice. Okay.
in the general area of Las Vegas, and the last person straight called it as a church warden pipe was out in California. I mean,
So,
they
for
know.
those who don't know, Keen Steakhouse is one of the oldest steakhouses in America, and it's also a place where when you walk in, it's first of all it's a massive place, much bigger than you expect it to be. The entire walls and roof of this place, going all the way back, are lined with these church warden pipes, and some of these are hundreds, like over 100 years old, like literally over 100 years old,
Oh yeah,
of presidents
presidents,
and
presidents pipes,
philosophers and
all
writers and
yeah,
authors and
yes,
famous people
all
who've
the
come in there
celebrities throughout
who were
time.
members
Yep.
of Keen Steakhouse back in the day and had a church warden pipe of their very own.
Archimedes, Marcus Aurelius,
Yeah, Plato and yeah,
Plato,
Pharaoh, yeah, King Pharaoh, the Pharaoh.
um,
It,
King
it's
Tutankhamun.
but
He
people
never
would go in
smoked out
there.
of his. He was too young. He was underage when he
So
died. So
like at
he
Hofbrauhaus,
yeah.
you go in and you have your stein. You go in, you drink out of your stein. Well, guess what? Keen Steakhouse back in the day, you had your church warden pipe.
Well, wait a
You went
minute. We
in,
need to
you had
clarify
your
that
pipe.
because you drink out of your Stein, but in Hofbrauhaus you have a Stein Master, which means you have a locker where you lock your Stein up.
Well, the same
Okay.
thing. They would
Now,
hold your church warden pipe, and this was your pipe. You came in,
yes.
you were a member, and you had it was very strict membership. You came in, they knew who you were. They brought your pipe out. Nobody else had pulled from this pipe. This was your pipe, and they brought it out to you, and you filled it up, and you smoked, and you had a good time. You had some steaks, and you can still go to Keen Steakhouse today and buy a custom-made clay pipe exactly like those guys 100 years ago or more would smoke out of. It's
Yeah.
amazing, and it's been on my wish list for a long time, my bucket list for a long time, to go to Keen Steakhouse and get one of these pipes. And thank you, David, for accommodating the event that we went to. And I got a Keen Steakhouse, I got a clay pipe, and I have one right now. That's the one you were talking about
Yeah.
uh, on your wall. And
Yeah, it's over there. And I get people who straight point it out, and I mean they're
that's great.
and you know, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to try to feed everything back into our niche here, but it is resonating, right? I mean, and that's really whether you're in marketing, sales, business development, it doesn't matter where you are. You need to make a connection. And some people will call it, you need to resonate with your customer, you need to resonate with your demographic. If you have a great way to make a connection, you know what? That person has nothing to do with me outside of business.
Right.
But if he has any questions at all, he is not only going to remember me from this little part of business, he's going to remember that guy's the guy who had a church warden pipe on his wall.
Yeah, that's it.
And
well, look,
and there's value there.
it relates directly back. Look, Keen Steakhouse, they still sell these church warden pipes that are made custom for their steakhouse. Now, what if some executive, some VP at Keen Steakhouse said, we're going to put out an anti-smoking campaign? Because guess what? Smoking cigarettes is disgusting. I'll admit it. It's disgusting. And let's say they had an anti-tobacco in general campaign where they said tobacco in general, in any sense, is appalling.
And we're going to remove all the pipes out of our
we're going to
facility.
remove all the pipes from our facility. All these historic pipes. From Buffalo Bill to Winston Churchill to all the famous people we have who have these pipes here. They're gone. Guess what? They would lose Most of the clientele. Most of their
I've got no
clientele.
reason to go back.
They cook an amazing
I've
steak.
got no reason. I can cook a better steak than they do.
But you, David, your steak's not far off, frankly.
Yeah. I mean, my steak's pretty good, and you didn't even get my best of them. But yeah, I mean, their food is good. Their food is good.
It was fantastic. But David,
But I
yours
didn't
isn't
go
far
there
off.
because of the food. I didn't go there because of the food. I went there for the pipes. I went there for the history. I went there for the heritage. And if you take all of that and you throw it away, Bud Light, if you take all of that and you throw it away, then I have no reason to do business with you. Sorry,
It's true.
I'm out. That's simple. That's simple math.
Right. So in the end, going back to the main topic,
Wait,
the
we had a
str-
topic?
the strategic lessons are: don't forget your core customer. Forget modern trends.
Take a look.
Forget
Take a
forget
look
that
at your
modern
bell. Yeah, take a look at your bell. I want you to get back to. I want you to finish your sentence. But take a look at your bell. Take a slice at the middle of your bell, the highest point of your bell. If you don't know who your core customers are, that's them. At the highest point of your bell, that is your core customer. All right, go ahead.
Don't sacrifice the gold for the silver. Going back to the little poem. Look,
I
don't forget your core customer. Doesn't matter what modern trends there are. It doesn't matter what the it thing on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter happens to be. Don't forget your core customer. You have the data. Understand your core customer. Now look, if you for some reason decide that your core customer doesn't matter and you want to go in this new direction, good luck. It's not going to go well. Doesn't matter what your industry is, it's not going to go well. Don't forget your core customer. Don't forget your customer avatar, because that is your gold friend. They will stick with you until their dying breath, unless you kick them in the balls.
right there.
Gibson.
Not Gibson. Gibson. These are actually
Not
ESP.
ESP? Okay.
Not Gibson. Both of these are ESP. They are the guitars from Metallica.
Okay.
These are both James Hetfield
sure.
Guitars. And there are songs and albums I like less than others. But unless they come up and do something remarkably stupid, I've got their back. I'm going to defend them. I'm going to come to bat for them. If I made $20 million a year, I would actually be able to afford to go to the Sphere and see them. For those of you guys who know about
David,
Metallica and the
Flashpoint
Sphere
will host
residency,
you for that very soon, I promise.
it's very good. But it's gonna be great. But it's that idea that the book is just out of reach. Hold on a second. You talk for like 45 seconds.
All right. So in general, I know where he's going with this. The idea is, again, stick with your core customer. If you forget who they are,
Never
they
mind, it's
will
too far
abandon
away.
you. Go ahead.
It's too far away. But it's literally I can see it. It's right there. It is the raving fans. All right. West has a book written. I don't know what the author is over there, but the book called "A Thousand True Fans."
Mhm.
1,000 True Fans. My book is raving fans. They are essentially saying the same thing.
Mhm.
You are trying to build and focus around this core, and if you get that core, you're pretty much set. Because you can take that chord and you can expand to the right, to the left,
Mhm.
and broaden that that arc we were talking about earlier on the bell, and just expanding and plateauing that bell out, which is the idea. But if you come in with something that is, let's say, eventually you will get to it, but it is 15. I think we're gonna have to drink for this one.
Gosh, I gotta pull
It's
more.
15. It is 15 verticals outside of your center.
Holy shit! I gotta pour more for that. Jeez. All right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one to overcome. That's gonna be a hard one to go. I don't have to drink for that. No, if it's 15 verticals outside of your center, you're gonna have a hard time adapting that in. Right?
We start
This is
talking
business
points next?
101.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So when you take a discount of 15 basis points, no, I'm not going to talk about that. I hate that. I hate when people are like, "Oh, basis points." I'm like, "Oh, you should fucking drink."
Give me percentages. Damn it! I don't need
Give
basis
me,
points.
give me percentages because all you're doing is adding some zeros and calling it basis points, man. Just give me
Your
percentages.
basis points means nothing, CEO. Give me percentages. All right,
Yes.
so go ahead.
Yes. So let's say you are a pizza shop because we've been talking about pizza tonight, right? Excuse me. Wings. Excuse me again. Sorry about that. Wings are a very close vertical to pizza. Pizza, wings. Okay, what would you say is in between pizza and wings? I'm gonna go with breadsticks. Pizza, breadsticks, wings. And then we've got some cinnamon rolls and brownies and things like
Some
that go
poppers,
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
But yeah. Jalapeno pop. Oh my god, I haven't had a good jalapeno popper forever. I need to get on that.
Right?
Anyway, so when you get out there so far, let's say you're trying to go from pizza to um uh, 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 uh,
I threw you off with poppers.
escargot. No, escargot.
Okay.
I was like, I couldn't get the what's the fish they use in Caesar salad, in Caesar dressing. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
That's
the
exactly what happened to me.
The little,
Anchovies.
Anchovies. Yes, thank
Right?
you.
Anchovies, right? So in my brain, I could not get anchovies. And I was like,
And I like
anchovies is not what I'm
escargot.
looking for.
I like anchovies.
So you get escargot. So
Okay.
let's say you're a pizza place and you say, hey, I want to go. I think I can fit this one person that I talked to that's a friend of mine said
Mm-hmm.
I like escargot. I'm gonna drop in a plate a 10 of 12 escargot on the menu. Well, that's not going to work. Okay, first and foremost. But if you take and expand that plateau, which we were talking about earlier, and you start building out, you could potentially get to where you have escargot on the menu, and it is not a loss or a loss leader for you. Meaning that you're not selling it at a discount to get people to buy the other things. You're selling it at its full price, and you're making a profit on it, and that's where the plateau comes from.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not going to take that from pizza to escargot. You're going to take it from pizza to breadsticks to wings to all. I mean, you cheese.
Yeah.
Oh man, fucking cheese curds, man. I'm all over that, and on and on and on and on until you get out to there. It's about understanding and understanding who again taking that slice out of the middle of your bell and saying
Right.
this is my core customer, because guess what? Above everybody to the left and right of that slice that you took, these are the people spending dollars with you.
Right. That's
They are the
exactly it.
people that are bringing the money to the table.
Right.
Everything else is pipe dream. If you have a place that's saying you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, and they're not people bringing money to the table,
Mm-hmm.
you don't, you, let me rephrase how I say it. How should I say it? No, I'm going to say it blatantly. You should not listen to them. If
Right.
they're not bringing money to the table, that's not a person where that is no.
Well, here's the funny thing.
Go.
All of this has already been written. These books
Oh yeah,
have already
we're
been
not saying
written.
anything new. Everything
This
under the
data-
sun. There's nothing new under the sun.
This data already exists. These books have already been written. We're not saying anything new here. This has already been done over and over and over again for decades. But for some reason, every single year, there's some big executive who comes in with their ideas in their pre-written ideologies that say, "Oh, my ideas are better than all of this other stuff that came before." Your ideas are bullshit. All this stuff that came before, it's done. It's written data. Follow the data. You have the information about your
Yep.
core customers. Apply it to what exists. Now, don't do things according to committee. Guess what? Everything that's written by committee is bullshit and it's going to be
Yep.
bland and forgotten about. You have your core
Yep.
customer data. You know your core audience. You know your core product. Take the
Yeah.
data that already exists. Has people have been spending 100 years writing data on exactly your core demographic, whether you like it or not. Nothing new is under the sun. Take the data that exists and run. That's
Yeah.
I think that's why Flashpoint's going to succeed, because we can see we're a new product, but guess what? Nothing under the sun is new. We can take what already exists and we can run.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about what you guys are doing, and it's one of the things that I am probably loved and hated for,
Sure.
because I just make decisions.
Yeah.
I'm okay if you don't like it. I don't wait for a committee of 17 people to review stuff.
Right.
I say, this is who we're trying to sell to. Yes. This is who we're trying to help. Yes. This is what we're trying to do. Yes. This is what we need to do. Let's go fucking do it. I mean, why would we do anything other than that? Why would I waste more time? There's a saying, man, we have been all over for sayings and I love it. A decision that takes too long is no decision at all.
That's it. And that's why
I
things
learned
by
that
committee-
one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. And then that's what I was getting at. That's exactly what I was feeding into, is your comment about, and your statement about the decisions by committee, or the actions by committee. They're usually shit. And let's say you put together a voice of the customer, right? You brought in your customers and they're going to talk. That's still a committee. You're going to get a watered down version of what they actually want, period. And so you need to understand that that's what you got. You got a watered down version. You're not going to have a very easy time creating 1,000 true fans or creating raving fans based upon the outcome of something you got out of a committee.
That's it. And raving fans will never flock to a committee. They're going to
No.
flock to a vision.
A vision and action.
And action. That's it. That's it. If you can create that action, that determination, that one driving force, I hate to say it, that North Star, shit, I got to drink again.
Oh my
People
God.
will come to you.
Wait. That glass looks empty, sir. You need to
Still
pour
some in
more.
there?
You need to pour more in that glass.
No, because I'm
That
about
is
to
not
end the
some.
show because I desperately need to have a bio break.
No, wait, we've only been going for 3 hours.
Only. Half my tin Blantons is gone.
I'll tell you, the number of nights I look at the bottles after I'll come back down here in the morning. So usually I just clean this stuff up and set the bottles aside, and I'll put them away in the morning. And I look up, I'm like, did I really drink that much last night? And then I go back and watch the show. I'm like, oh yes, I did.
Yeah, I really did. By the end, you're
Yes.
like, oh shit, I guess I did.
Yes, I really did. I really did. So to wrap things up, don't piss off your core customer.
Understand the data, understand your core customer.
Understand the data, understand your core customer. If you're doing travel, reach out to Nikki from Wishful Wanderings Travel.
Yep.
Shameless plug for my wife and her travel agency.
She's fantastic. I will do business with her in the near future. Yes.
Yes. She doesn't make a dime off of me, sadly. But she does help me when I'm like, hey, find me a spot here, find me a spot there. She'll do the work and get it done. It's great. So anyway, that was a shameless plug for her. But then, there's really nothing more. There's really no better advice that I could give you in any business scenario or situation, don't piss off the people that are bringing money to your table. Don't do it. There's no upside. And if you have a political ideology you want to get behind, that's great. Good for you. Great for you. Provide, we may have to drink for this one, offline engagement for that channel.
Mm-hmm.
One that allows the voice to be spoken in a manner that does not or minimally impacts your business.
That's it.
Disney, I have a plan for you. Call me.
Domino's, Pizza Hut, call us. Look, it all comes down.
Pizza Hut, I'm all over it. I got a whole freaking plan for you, Pizza Hut. Come on,
It
call
all
me.
comes down to a simple poem: make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver, one is gold. Look, don't sacrifice one for the other. You don't need to.
And for my limerick, I remember the whole entire thing. There once was a lesbian from Cancun who took a young man up to her room where they argued all night as to who had the right to do what and how much and to whom.
There once was a lady from Venus. Her body was shaped
funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt fool cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.